So, a few days ago, I logged onto Hoplite, but when I tried to join a game, there was a strange message saying you are currently banned from playing. Oh my... Admin disregard, and disregard then ran some kind of command that switched my account to a player named what_the_flip4 and threw me a strange purple book. What the heck is going on? You must complete 100 Battle Royale jobs on this level 1 account to free your main account. Every 10 games, you will have to use a new strategy given to you in this book. Some are very hard to do, so beware. Games played 0 out of 100. Oh no. Enchantment table rush, okay. End dimension rush, build a trap, and even crazier ones on this page. Do you accept? What happens if I press? Oh my god, dude. Okay, I guess I have no choice. Good luck, you'll need it. Dude, what the heck? I have nothing, no stats. So, with 100 games ahead of me, I knew this was definitely going to be a grind. Battle Royale games on average last 4 Minecraft days, so this is like doing a 400 days Minecraft survival video. On top of that, Hoplite is known for being insanely hard to win.
What did he even do?
And having literal #1 PvPers worldwide in Battle Royale games. So, how well can I do across these 100 games? Can I get my stats to be insanely high on this account? And what will happen when I have to do strategies I'm not familiar with, like trapping? Stay tuned to find out. Let's do this, dude. So, I joined my first game and selected the miner kit, as this would help me get an enchantment table faster with its chance to duplicate ores, and its enchanted pickaxe. And finally, after warming up in the PvP arena, it was about to begin. Okay, not gonna lie, I do not want to die off spawn. We're running this way. I'm the closest to the ruin portal. It looked like I could get to this ruin portal first, as I couldn't see anyone else behind me. Moment of truth. Pickaxe with silk touch? Okay, that's actually insane. Oh my... Look at what is in front of me. Then, after picking up a stick from a dead bush, I realized I could craft an iron sword. So I went into the house next to me as I remembered it having a crafting table, not noticing a player with an enchanted sword. Okay, hopefully this guy doesn't have a weapon. He does, but I just made a sword. Oh my god. Okay, if anyone comes into this house... That's good. Oh! Don't hit me. Oh! Run, run, run. If I died now, my first game would completely go to waste, and I was determined to get good stats on this account. But luckily, I had a pickaxe and escaped into the Sphinx, then killed skeletons until finally the mining phase begun. And this meant PvP temporarily disabled, so to get armor and complete my enchanting table rush strategy, I then dug down and started caving with the miner kit. And over time, by earning coins, I can upgrade these kits to get even better items like an upgraded pickaxe. And I wanted to earn a ton of coins this game by getting kills. However, I wasn't getting any mining luck and hadn't found any diamonds this game. And a player then appeared in my cave right as PvP was about to enable. So I would have to fight him with regular iron gear. Okay. Nice. Oh my god, he has the soul gauntlet. But mid-fight, I realized he had a legendary weapon. And by taking him down, I could claim it for myself. Oh my god. But another player then appeared out of nowhere and backstabbed me. No way, dude. So I had to do everything I could to stay alive. But with his enchanted diamond sword, my chance to use that legendary was taken from me. There is no way, dude. So, game 1 wasn't a success. I was not expecting to die that soon. But I had completed a quest of surviving longer than 80% of players, which moved me to 2-star and gave me some coins to get to the next miner level. But I wanted my stats to be insane with like a 10 KD. So it was time to recover it in game 2 and destroy anyone in my path. Here we go. So I ran to the structure behind me and got 5 diamonds from my first chest. And I also got another one from my third chest. And this put me in an insane position for enchantment table rushing. And I could craft an iron axe. But a player then appeared out of nowhere. Guy on me. Needs to push me into a cave. Dude, this is not good at all. There's no way that just happened. Okay, I still have no idea where that guy came from. Only 8 games of enchantment table rushing left. So next game, I was determined for it to go well. And in game 3, I found a desert temple off the start. Oh my... But 2 players went in before me, so I decided to just watch and see what would happen. There's no way this doesn't result in a massive explosion. Oh my god. And the plan went perfect. I dropped in to collect this loot and was about to be stacked, but a guy with a pickaxe dropped in. Oh my god, he has a weapon. Dude. But I had an idea that could keep me alive. So I went to one of the corners and placed cobblestone, and it seemed like I was good. I just have to place it back every single time. No, 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 no. I'm dead. No! Okay. This was getting insane. I now had more deaths than kills, and I thought that by now I would be like a 10 star. But no, all I could do was claim my one measly coin bag, and I was still very far from a level 2 kit upgrade. Game 4 started pretty well though. I found a temple and mined a diamond ore, which led me to an underground tomb that I then looted. Then I entered a cave and went mining. Nice. Until I came across something insane. Oh my god. This stronghold meant that I had a chance to get my first legendary weapon, the reinforced elytra that lets you fly into players causing massive explosions and has rocket boosts, making it insanely OP. And the end portal spawns with 12 eyes on Hoplite, so I could travel through straight away. But a player then sprinted through the portal first. However, knowing it would take him a while to kill the dragon, I waited for a couple of minutes before finally going through very cautiously as my health was very low. But as I entered, this happened. Oh my god, dude. This was absolutely insane. I now had everything I needed for enchantment table rushing as soon as I got a book from the overworld. Then I could also get the reinforced elytra if I just got a few more items and picked up the dragon egg. So I then killed the dragon, collected 2 ender pearls, and picked up the egg, and went through the portal. But I then heard the lightning from a kill and spotted a player. Oh, I see someone. Please don't be stacked. And I decided I was going to try and catch him off guard. He's on 24. Okay. But he then flew away using the legendary phantom bow. What? So I then refocused on getting the elytra. However, he then appeared right behind me and got me kind of low. What on earth is going on? But I was still confident and started winning the fight, eventually taking him down. Okay, got that guy. But out of nowhere, another player appeared, and this time the fight would be nowhere near as easy, as he was a 300 star player, meaning he's in the top 100 on the server. And he had multiple golden heads, as well as a sharpness 3 diamond sword. Please don't die. This player had turned up at the worst possible time. I'm so dead. But he then turned around to get the loot, and I escaped. But another player started chasing me. Oh my god, what is that? And when I tried hiding in a cave and thought the coast was clear, he caught up to me, and my rare stronghold find went to waste. Why, dude? With my stats barely changing, apart from my KD staying really low. But that did get me excited for games 30 to 40, where I'd be rushing the end dimension, as finding a stronghold every game, if I could do it, seemed pretty OP. But for now, I had less and less games to enchantment table rush. So it was now game 5, and I was off to a good start, because I got a giant temple all to myself, which had 7 gold, some armor, 3 golden food, and 1 diamond. Okay, I will take it, I will take it. Then I entered a cave and mined ores all the way until PvP, but I didn't find any diamonds whatsoever, so my only choice was to kill players and hope that they dropped them. And luckily, on the surface, I came across some players who were fighting, and managed to catch them off guard, and with this loot, I could complete my first enchantment table rush. And now I was also equipped with a diamond piece, which made me stronger than pretty much every player I fought, and I got 2 kills. Then with my confidence high, I also had a long fight with a player in half diamond. And I took him down, obtaining a legendary magma club which lights enemy players on fire and gives fire resistance. Then when another player came in to steal the loot, I got him as well. Let's go, dude. And after enchanting the magma club, I spotted a player riding a camel. How am I gonna take down that guy who's riding a camel like a maniac? Which he then dismounted, and I managed to steal. That was his worst mistake.
No, give me my camel back.
Yeah, this is my camel all along, dude.
Give me my camel. If it's not my camel, it's no one camel.
No!
If it's not my camel...
No! Jimmy! No! And if you guys want to experience insane stuff like this, you can play on Hoplite for yourself on Java Edition or Bedrock Edition, and we've just released a brand new update with 5 new legendaries and a brand new queue called Roulette Royale with the legacy version of Minecraft PvP, where you'll be able to spawn in with a legendary task book, and by completing more increasingly difficult tasks, you can gather up to 5 legendaries. But you have to hope that you get lucky and not get the same legendary 5 times in a row. And for a limited time, you can type the code /redeem100 drops to get 10,000 coins, 5,000 XP, and a mystery crate. I then got a few more kills and felt like this had potential to be my first win. But still alive in this game, there was a player standing in my way who was 2 times as stacked as me, with an insanely powerful villager wand legendary weapon, which you guys may have seen me use in one of my videos. But not only that, he also had a mace and wind charges. Oh my god. I'm dead. I then realized this win would be insanely hard to get, and my only choice was to run and avoid him and get a couple of kills before deathmatch, increasing my healing and giving me some player heads. Yes, dude. Wait, that's an insanely good kill. But I then saw him back at the center of the map and realized he killed a player with the reinforced elytra, meaning he had the most terrifying combination in the game that can kill players in a couple of seconds. It's the guy with the mace. What is that, dude? I don't know how I'm gonna win this game. All I could do was try to take him down in deathmatch. So just before it begun, I used some of my remaining heads to craft Ares' Blessing, which is a barrel with a random item inside. 5 diamonds, okay. Good with me. And I was then taken to my first deathmatch. And no matter what, I had earned a ton of coins this game and had 12 kills. But I was expecting to have multiple wins by now and still had 0. So I was going to do everything I could to somehow get a win, even though I was outmatched. Okay, the elytra guy has already gotten to middle. Golden apple. I then went for another chest, but he struck me with the villager wand and stole the loot. But after outbowing him and getting the upper hand with health, I knew I had to go in. But he used another legendary to hit me with an evoker attack, then sent me flying with a knockback sword. And I had no idea how I was going to kill him if he could just push me away and use his insane legendary weapons. Okay, we have to go in melee. Come on. This was actually insane. It felt like he had an uncounterable setup, but I had an idea to drop the other player and get some extra healing. Yes, okay. And I managed to pick up all of the golden apples, but he then flew into the sky, planning to one-tap me with his mace. I just have to try and avoid him at all costs. However, he missed, and I knew that this was my one and only opportunity. Oh, he just hit the ground. He's on 21. Nice. He's dropping. Oh my god! Let's go, dude! Oh my god, what a first win. Guys, leave a like on the video for that. So, it actually happened. I won my first game. My stats were now good, and most importantly, I could claim these insane rewards, meaning it was finally time to roll a cosmetic crate. Here we go. Where I could get an armor trim that applies to any armor I wear, intimidating hats, and kill effects. So I was hoping for the best. An opener for duels. Somehow I got the one cosmetic type I couldn't use in Battle Royale. Yes! Yes! I'm turning that off. So it was time for game 6, and I now had enough coins to unlock miner level 2, which made my pickaxe slightly faster and could save me time. And this game, I went to cornucopia and got 2 diamonds as well as a stone sword, which was an insanely lucky find. And I decided to try killing players off of spawn, which was risky, but ended up paying off hugely, as I now had a ton of gear. I have 4 kills already. I then ran further out on the map and collected materials for books, as I wanted to get my enchantment table while still caving this game, and guarantee that I had a ton of gear in my first fight. Then I looted a temple that had gold, emeralds, and a pretty useful book. Protection 3. I also checked another structure that had a couple of unlooted chests underneath, and after finding some redstone, I decided to make an Ares Blessing, which wasted a head. Oh my god. TNT. But after caving and getting 4 gold, I found more redstone and crafted 2 more. Oh, 4 diamonds. Perfect. And just like that, I had everything I needed to get an enchant table and a diamond sword. So I then returned to the surface and crafted my obsidian and made sharpness 1, which put me in a great position for the early fights of the game. Wow, so many people on the surface here. These clearly new players had no armor and were teaming in solo mode, but then another player came in, so I went for him instead and started getting him low. This guy's done. But when I shot him down to half a heart, I ran out of arrows. No way. However, I then had an idea. Wait, 1 arrow? It's on 1. Oh my god. Okay, this kill gave me a golden apple and a power 1 short bow, and I then easily killed 2 players back at the mushroom temple. Next, I made some upgrades to my gear, then decided to set out towards the center of the map, where I found another player who had a crazy ability. What is going on? I genuinely am freaked out. Very confused at what just happened, I decided to just move on, and I made 1 more Ares Blessing. 16 gold, then continued getting kills, and took down a player with the legendary Aglow Spear, which has more attack damage than a diamond sword and can be used to boost yourself. Then I also got a loyalty 3 book, so I went to the nether and mined quartz to craft a trident. Then when I went back to the overworld, I saw a player glowing in the distance and came across multiple very stacked players. Whoa, what the heck? I just don't really think I can like drop anyone here. He had a flame bow, 3 diamond armor pieces, a light netherite sword, and he wanted to get my chestplate. Resistance? Ooh, I like that. But out of nowhere, a player wielding the Guardian Cannon, which is a legendary weapon that can shoot lasers, appeared and decided to go for me, shredding my health. But I managed to use my aglows to catch one of them off guard. However, another player suddenly appeared and stole everything, and this meant I was very low on healing and at risk of my game being over. No way, dude. But I managed to get more kills. Okay. Oh my god. Then finally, I ended up facing the most stacked remaining enemy, and knowing he would have way more healing than me, I kept him away with my trident, then used the Guardian Cannon. And as soon as he was slightly low, I risked everything to quick drop him. Oh my god. And took him down while he still had G-heads, golden apples, and a head. So, expecting there to be no real threats left in the game, I entered deathmatch feeling confident and instantly took down an iron player, gaining another head. Okay. Then I found a player in half diamond with the villager wand, but with my armor and legendaries, I knew I could take him down by shredding his health with the guardian cannon. Oh, he's done. And by boosting myself with the Aglos, I took him down before he could heal. Yes, dude! Oh my god, how many gaps did I drop him with? That's good with me. Then the last guy was in iron armor, and now I had a mace. Yes, dude! Let's go! And after an insanely close game, the win was secured, earning me an insane amount of coins, and most importantly, a new attempt at the cosmetic crate. And I could finally get something to make me look cool. But... please. Oh my god. Okay, this was actually insane. I guess let's try it out again. But I had made progress towards the next level of the miner kit, and my strategies were only going to get harder as the challenge went on, so hoping my good luck would continue, I entered game 7, where I ran to cornucopia again and got 4 iron, which I used to make an iron axe. Then I dropped into a temple to get 2 easy kills. I then found bookshelves for my enchanting strategy, and went caving for a bunch of iron, then also collected cobwebs and some golden apples from a mine shaft, then made 3 Aries blessings, where I got insanely lucky. That's so hype. Sharpness 4 book. But I decided to save this book, and as PvP enabled, I encountered an insanely high star player. However, I started by winning the fight. Oh my god. Until he ate a golden head and out-healed me. Is that a G-head? Dude! And that death was just unlucky. But I entered game 8 determined for it to go well and get my enchantment table insanely fast. But I had an actual targeted assassination happen. Is that a team of 2? Dude. Oh no. Oh no. So, I only had 2 games before I had to do a more complex and risky strategy, nether rushing. And I had to hopefully get another win. And game 9 was off to a good start. 2 iron off of spawn so I could make an iron sword, and 2 kills right off the bat, and I also killed a guy in a cave. Let's go! So, already having enough diamonds for an enchantment table and a sword, I traveled further out on the map, and this game, I got my first opportunity to rush a legendary weapon. Okay, I had just spotted an ocean monument, and if I got there first, I could get all of the ingredients to craft the guardian cannon legendary weapon. So I then quickly looted the nearby shipwreck and found some iron, lapis, a diamond, and some books, and as I approached, I spotted the terrifying elder guardian poking out of the roof. However, I had to kill it to get the sponge for the crafting recipe, so I made my way inside, and had to use insane door strats to take them down. Not even close. But finally I had the sponge, so I then picked up some dark prismarine and broke sea lanterns for the shards, then went to the secret area with gold, and when I dug down, there was luckily a cave directly below, so I then made a furnace and turned the wet sponge into regular sponge, and now... Guardian Cannon, let's go, dude. And finally, made my very first legendary weapon of the challenge. Next, I started mining for armor and came across even more diamonds. Then crafted my obsidian, made an enchantment table, and enchanted my sharpness 1 diamond sword, as well as all of my armor. And this was the most stacked I'd ever been at any point in a game. So I was ready to farm kills with this legendary. He's gonna come in with a laser beam and obliterate you guys. Don't worry about me. Play ahead. This guy's freaked out. 1 down. And this game was going really well, but somehow a player even more stacked than me with the Dragon Katana legendary weapon then appeared, and I entered a long fight with him. Dragon Katana? Oh my god, dude. And not only that, but he then had a legendary weapon that could reel me in, and with nothing left I could do. Oh man. All I could do was make the most of game 10, but I was chased off of spawn by a player with an iron axe. Oh, this is bad. He is genuinely like half a block from killing me. And this happened. Oh my god. So, nether rushing. You guys can just forget about game 10, as I would now have a chance to get OP faster than any other strategy in this challenge, as I would be rushing custom nether structures that have rare materials inside. However, unless I got to the nether first, this strategy could waste a ton of time. However, I have done a lot of Minecraft speedrunning and knew these games had potential. 10 game win streak. for nether rushing. So game 11 begun, and I was determined to start this off with a win. But I got 6 iron off of spawn, which meant I could get to the nether insanely fast. So after making a stone axe in a bucket, I entered a cave and grabbed some flint, then traveled through very quickly. And let's go. But when I entered the nether, I couldn't see any structures until I spotted a polished black stone block. Oh my god, hidden structure in the wall. Don't worry about me. There's definitely nothing in here. Oh my god. I was now in a mini bastion, which is one of the best nether structures you can find. And I managed to get 2 blocks of gold, all the iron I could need, an efficiency diamond pickaxe, as well as a quick charge 3 crossbow from the chests. But as I was getting very low, I cautiously escaped and traveled back through to the overworld. But I only had 1 minute left to cave and had taken slightly too long in the nether. So after realizing there were no diamonds in my cave, I headed up to the surface and got a kill quite quickly. But then encountered someone with an enchanted diamond sword while all I had was a short sword. Okay, he is a lot closer than I thought, and that guy has some weird stuff. And then this happened. I'm dead. Dude. But I was ready for game 12, and with the coins I'd just earned, I'd managed to upgrade my miner kit to level 3, which would make my nether rushing even faster since it gave me my coal straight away. And in game 12, I entered very quickly, even faster than last game, and came across a new type of structure. This gave me 4 diamonds. So this game, I could enchant and make the blazing crossbow craft, which put me in a very good position. I can rush a sharpness sword and be like the guy who killed me last game. So that I could enchant, I then went into a cave looking for lapis, but I then came across a mine shaft, which allowed me to finally get some string and craft the blazing crossbow. I then found some lapis as well as some gold, and I also now had bandit leggings, which give bonus gold on kills and are slightly better than iron leggings. Next, I enchanted my sword and a book, but a player appeared in my cave. Oh boy. Okay. I took away his water, and he shredded a lot of my health and was getting insane hits. But with my overpowered sword, I took him down. Dude, I played that. That was a bit close. Oh my god, I'm gonna die to a cave spider. Don't kill me. Okay, not even close. But my health was now very low. But when I returned to the surface, I spawned next to some mushrooms and made a stew that heals 8 hearts. Then after making another golden apple, I was still in a decent position. And when I found another player and caught him off guard, I took him down easily. And this player had a nether reactor core, which spawned the rarest nether mob possible. Oh, yes! Yes. Did I get a ghast here? Oh my god, I actually did. This was insane luck. A ghast had spawned, which meant that I would be able to craft a totem, which I could then use to craft the evoker wand, an insanely overpowered legendary weapon. Let's go. So, feeling confident with my new legendary weapon, I headed back to the surface. But something was waiting. Oh my god! Oh my god, why did we add bots to this server? So although I got jump scared, I instantly took this bot down and did gain a player head. Then another bot appeared when I resurfaced, but I definitely wasn't complaining about extra kills and coins. And slowly I was getting closer to being the last one standing. Then finally I safely got back to the surface, now with 2 more player heads. And I saw that a supply drop was spawning, so I ran towards it where another player was waiting. Oh yeah, here he is. But I took him down pretty easily. Oh my god, I just quick dropped him. And next I made 3 Ares blessings to try my luck and got a notch apple. Then encountered another bot, getting me to 6 kills in total. Actually making my stats so far with nether rushing not too bad, but I was then attacked out of nowhere by a player with the Dragon Katana. Oh my god. What is going on? And when I saw him, I decided my only chance to take him down was to get him in a cave and use my notch apple. However, this katana was too OP, and I lost again, increasing my weight to another cosmetic crate. I didn't even stand a chance against that dude. What? But next game, I was determined to win, okay? And game 13 was off to a good start, as I killed a bunch of players off of spawn. Then I realized one of them had dropped with a music disc, which made this game insanely high potential. So one more kill could mean that I could craft Gerald. However, I was in a lot of danger. Oh, he has a weapon. And of course it's a... No! Okay, my nether rushing stats were not too great so far. If I just kept rushing fast, surely one of them would go well. And maybe I'd get a chance for Gerald again. Okay, if I die one more time off of spawn, I'm not allowed to go anymore. I was now getting kind of annoyed and wanted to unlock a cosmetic. And I started to think maybe I just got lucky with those wins and I wasn't even good at the game. No, I couldn't let it be true. I managed to get 3 kills off of spawn. Yes, dude. Then entered the nether quickly and found a piglin house that had a sharpness 3 sword and 8 diamonds, which was absolutely insane. Then I got an insanely rare drop from a piglin skull, which meant that I now had a chance to get my 2nd ever legendary weapon, the crimson chainsword. But when I returned to the overworld, I realized I didn't have enough iron for full armor. But luckily, I found half iron in a blacksmith house and crafted upgraded bandit leggings that give me extra gold. And when PvP enabled, my sharpness 3 iron sword shredded the first player I fought. Got him. But another player appeared and I almost got dropped. He might get me. However, if I could escape, I could make the chainsword. But finally, I saw another player and for some reason, the player chasing backed away. But realizing I still needed more gold, I knew I had to take this guy down quick before he came back. Not bad, but now I finally had everything. And finally, I made the Crimson Chainsword, which is the most powerful sword in the game. So surely I could get a win this time. But I then encountered a player holding 3 golden heads, as well as the villager wand, and he kept shredding my health and healing. And I did everything I could to take him down, but he drained all of my healing. Literal impossible MLGs. And I'd have to try again and get luckier if I wanted to win. So in game 15, determined to do well, I got a bow kill off of spawn pretty easily, then picked a pretty risky fight, and... okay, I gotta get out of here. Should I just risk it? But I came out on top and was ready to back out and go to the nether. However, it took me a very long time to get to the nether this game, and I spawned in a really bad spot. And although I did eventually find a structure, it was already looted. So I returned to the overworld, caved for my iron, and decided to try my luck with an Ares blessing. Please give me something good. Yo, okay. Then after finding 2 pretty good gold veins, I was all the way at 29 gold, so I made a golden head, then headed back up to the surface, and found a bot floating in the water. It's Dream. I actually don't even understand how a bot is not attacking back, but whatever. So I made Ares Blessing again, and this Ares gave me another 24 gold, so my healing was looking really strong this game. Then as I had some gunpowder, I made a nether reactor core, hoping I could get lucky like in game 13 and get a cast, but I didn't really get anything aside from a blaze rod, but I kept it in my inventory just in case I could make a legendary with it later. Then eventually, after some scouting, I spotted a player and got into my first fight. Okay, this guy is so laggy, it's like insane. Which did not end up going too well for me. I literally have to G-head. And I then got hit into a cave where I was having flashbacks to the last times this happened. Oh my god. But this time I was not going to let my deaths repeat. And I managed to quick drop him, bringing me all the way to 10 golden apples, which was actually absurd. That was actually clean. However, catching me completely off guard, another player appeared. Oh my god, and I had to find a way to escape and heal up. I'm dead, but I got hit into an even more enclosed area. But I did manage to eat a apple. However, in a panic, I dropped my sword. There's no way on earth. However, I realized I had another one, and just about managed to survive on half a heart. And this player died with a piglin head, which meant that I could make the Crimson Chainsword again. But another player then appeared. Oh my god. However, using lava, I slowly drained his health, and I'd managed to drain his water. What on earth is this guy doing? And I didn't realize this, but he had gotten insanely low, and eventually died to the fire damage. Oh, he's dead. This player had died with slime blocks, which was the one ingredient I needed for the Crimson Chainsword. So, using the loot, I finally reunited with the most powerful sword in the game and had a second chance to use it. But I had a problem. I was still in insanely weak armor. And although I did get 2 kills with this sword, when I got to deathmatch, this happened. Oh my god, where the heck did that guy just come from? Oh, nice. So I would have to get luckier and find a way to get more gear if I wanted to win. But in game 16, that luck finally happened, as after getting a pickaxe and a shovel from spawn, I entered the nether quickly and got a crimson tower all to myself with 6 diamonds as well as ancient debris, obsidian, and all of the iron I needed. It's looking good. And in the final chest, I got a lodestone, which was the key ingredient for the Soul Gauntlet legendary weapon that I'd almost obtained in my first game. And with all of my diamonds and iron, the only thing I needed for it was a blaze rod, which didn't take me too long to find. There we go. So, before PvP even begun, I had an insanely powerful legendary weapon that summons clones and increases your armor, so this game had potential. I then saw a player looting another nether structure, but when I went inside, I found 2 gold blocks that had been left, and I also got an insanely rare wither skeleton skull, which I could save for later to craft the Reaper Scythe once I had the ingredients I was missing. Then, finally, PvP enabled, so I decided to go back to the overworld. But just before I went into the portal, I spotted a player in the nether, and was ready to get my first kill. He does not know what's about to hit him. However, in this fight, I messed up using my gauntlet and took a lot more damage than I should have. Dude. Oh my god. I took the soul gauntlet out of my offhand and That confused me so much. But after getting the kill, I had all of the materials to make a custom light netherite sword craft, which is a strong upgrade from a diamond sword. And after heading back to the overworld, I found a player. Oh my god, diamond chestplate. Let's go. And this time, he got beat up by my clones, who were punching him for some reason. What the heck? Yeah, I realized I needed to hold out my sword. Got him, let's go. Okay, diamond chestplate. Oh, guy incoming. I guess I just like go for the kills. But I did it correctly on the next player, and he was so terrified that he didn't even try to hit me back once. Got him, okay. Then, using the bones and the player head I'd gotten from these kills, I became even more threatening by crafting the Reaper Scythe, which lets me steal potion effects and health from players. And this made me confident enough to go for a full diamond player, who me and my clones realized was very low. Oh, he's on 18 to be fair. This could be the freest full diamond ever. And my nether rush was finally paying off, as I could launch crossbow arrows at him, and without taking a single hit, I took this player down. Oh my god, I killed him. Quick charge is actually insane. So I was now insanely stacked, and I then enchanted my armor and made my light netherite sword sharpness 2, which would also apply to my clone swords, so I was in a very good position. I also then got to use my Reaper Scythe when I found another player in the jungle, and he tried eating a G-head, which I just stole to get full health, but he managed to get away. I will take that. We drained this guy. However, in deathmatch, I found a player with both speed and strength potion effects. I'm just going for him. Got that. Okay, I think I will get backstabbed here, but if I take this guy down, there we go. Which I stole and used to claim 3 kills while having fun with my gauntlet, securing an insanely satisfying nether rushing win. Let's go, dude. Let's go. That was the most fun legendary. Which meant finally I could return to the lobby, claim my win rewards, then finally Poly Parrot hat. Let's go, dude. Look how fresh I look. And I then opened a crate. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please, please. Oh, that is actually so good. Finally, I had a Battle Royale cosmetic, and I was also saving up a ton of coins to use on my next kit upgrade. And I was just hoping that all of my games were going to be as lucky as that. And in game 17, I actually got a good nether rush, ancient debris, blaze rod, and an ender pearl. And I have gunpowder. And this meant that if I just got diamonds, I could make the Aglos legendary weapon and potentially go on a 2-game win streak. So I returned to the overworld and actually found enough diamonds. However, I still needed gold, so I decided I was going to get it from a kill. So I made a blazing crossbow and headed to the surface, then immediately found a player. After firing my crossbow and setting him on fire, he panicked and I took him down swiftly. Let's go! But before I could enjoy this kill, I got jumped out of nowhere. Oh my... I don't think I got the gold. I got it. I now had everything to craft it, but this player wouldn't leave me alone. You think I'm scared of you? Just kidding, I am. And this game, luck wasn't in my favor. Dude, 2 HP! So I had 3 nether rushing games left. However, in game 18, my luck meter was charging up. And after getting a kill off of spawn, I entered a huge cave that I could nether rush in. And I managed to mine 21 gold before even entering. Then I finally entered the nether. Then I found a really good nether structure that has nether wart, which can be used to make Gruntilda, a witch that gives you custom potions. But another player appeared, and I didn't get anything useful from this structure, apart from a wither skeleton skull that I could maybe use later. So I then went to the overworld and found a kind of underwhelming 1 vein of diamonds, but my luck then completely turned around, as I then found a silk touch book. This let me go back to the nether and mine nether quartz ore, so now as soon as I got lapis, I could make the phantom longbow legendary, and it lets you summon a rideable phantom, has power 3, and gives players curses like blindness and phantom's curse. But while I was searching, I came across something insanely rare. What? Okay then. And this ancient city was unlooted somehow, so I then started gearing up with protection 3 leggings, regeneration potions, and I found some diamonds too, which allowed me to make the Reaper Scythe. What a crazy game so far. Then after finding lapis, I also made the phantom longbow and was decked out with 2 legendary weapons. But there was one problem. I had spent way too much time caving and didn't have any diamond armor, and deathmatch was about to begin. So even though I did find more gold and had a lot of healing, it did not look like I had any chance of winning. But I was tired of my nether rushing stats being bad with only 1 win. And if I won, I would unlock another cosmetic. So I was locked in and going to do everything I could to somehow clutch. Oh, someone crafted the crimson chainsword. Okay, fly away. Oh, he's got the phantom effect. But this full diamond player seemed like he had infinite healing and wasn't taking any damage. However, being able to ride a phantom was keeping me safe for now. Okay, and I'm just gonna get on top of mid. And where's the other guy? Oh my god. one-shot him. This was not looking good. This guy somehow had over 20 hearts, but I kept running and heard lightning and tried to see if I could steal any loot. The guy over here just got a kill, but this guy is still focused on me. But there was nothing. And with the other iron guy not standing a chance in a 1v1, I knew my only hope was to try and backstab the full diamond. He's on 4, and I knew that now was my only chance. Oh my god! So, defying all of the odds, I now had my second nether rushing win. I was determined to try and get one more to make the most out of this strategy. So I then claimed my challenge rewards, and now had enough coins to unlock level 3 of the kit I'd be using next. And I then opened another mystery crate with my hopes not too high. Please, something cool. I don't have a victory dance yet. No way. Oh my god. But somehow I got the mythical rarity cloud sword skin, which was absolutely insane. And the next strategy I was doing, village rushing, could be turned into a cloud sword rush, as I could trade for the cake that I needed for this legendary weapon. However, first, I was hoping I'd get lucky again in game 19 with nether rushing. And immediately, I got a kill giving me an ender pearl, so I could go for a legendary this game. Don't worry about my creepy skin coming towards you. This guy's on 27, to be fair. Why is he actually, like, good at this game? Oh, no. No way. No way! Okay, game 20 was where I was gonna get another win. This time, I played it safer and went straight from the cornucopia chest to a cave. I'm just going straight down here, where I found a full vein of diamonds. So I entered the nether with 7 diamonds total and found another mini fortress. And this time, I was not letting it get stolen, so I made my way there as quick as possible. And I got everything to myself. Insane amount of nether wart. So this game, I was going to rush Gruntilda. And if I got lucky with her 4 potion brews, I could get some insanely OP potions. So I then collected the glowstone I needed, but I still needed a portable villager, which requires an emerald, and I'd need to find a village for that. And we are through. However, luckily, my search became much quicker when I tamed a horse. Look how fast this horse is. That is insane. And I then found a structure with a chest containing 4 diamonds, and another one with another diamond and a protection 1 book, as well as obsidian, which I used to gear up with an enchantment table. But my focus was on Gruntilda, so I then climbed a massive tree, where I found a chest with the emeralds and books I needed for the bookshelf. And that's my portable villager. So finally, I crafted Gruntilda. So, water bottle number 1, what will she cook? Let's find out. And I instantly got an instant damage 3 splash potion, which was insanely OP. The next potion, however, wasn't too great, and it just let me swim fast. But the third potion was really good. Slime coating, which spawns slimes whenever you're hit. However, potion number 4 was the best one physically possible. Diamond touch. No way. I got the best one. So literally all I gotta do is go into a cave and start mining some ores. And this potion turns any ore into diamonds. I'm on 18 diamonds. Oh my god. So I was now full diamond. However, I didn't have any healing whatsoever, and my sword was still unenchanted. And what I didn't know is the player I was about to fight had a sharpness 4 diamond sword and multiple G heads. So even though I was getting an insane amount of hits, my health was getting shredded. Bro, I might actually have to... He's on 14, and I then ran into a dead end. No, dude. He just had too many G heads. But it was fine, as my next strategy was about to get way more interesting. However, my nether rushing stats ended with being pretty good. However, next, I was potentially about to be carried by the Cloud Sword legendary weapon that has an ability that lets you run through the sky on clouds, deals the same base damage as a light netherite sword, and gives you permanent speed 1. So if I just managed to rush a village every game and trade for the cake, which did only have a 50% chance of appearing, I could potentially get a lot of wins. We're baking a cake now. That's so funny to me. So it was game 21, and I ran straight from spawn, ready to try and find a village. And as I was running out, I got really lucky with a treehouse structure and found 2 diamonds, which was enough to craft the cloud sword I was going for, as well as full iron armor, which saved me a ton of time. And this game was off to an insane start. Okay, that's a lot of diamonds. What the heck? Then, after running out slightly further, I found a village, which meant that I could now get my golden carrot and a cake if I traded with a farmer villager. And after leveling 1 up, I actually got it first try. So now, all I was missing for the cloud sword was 1 gold for the golden carrot, as PvP was about to enable. I wonder if there's anyone, like, thinking of killing me. Guess I'm just gonna, like, put the crafting table down. And if I took this player down, I would get my gold. Oh, dude. I don't actually have a water bucket. I'd taken a lot of damage, but I knew I could take down this player. Okay, I got him. Oh, okay. I got a little bit low from that. However, just as I was crafting the cloud sword, a player appeared out of nowhere. Oh my god. No. And with no healing, he just caught me at the worst possible time. 1 second away from getting the frickin' craft, man. But it was fine. I could get the sword even faster in game 22. Actually, we don't talk about game 22. Oh! Dude. But it was fine. I was warmed up at getting the materials. And in game 23, I got all of the diamonds, as well as something insanely lucky. An egg in the structure chest, which would let me craft the cake. No way. But to actually complete the strategy and get the golden carrot for the cloud sword, I would still need to find a village. So I started searching and found a player. You got any carrots? Nope. But another insanely stacked player appeared, and I got decimated. Oh boy. But game 24 was where I was actually going to get a successful cloud sword rush. And this time when I went mining, I immediately found the diamonds for the cloud sword. Then I found a villager camp structure where I could do my trading. However, I then got sabotaged. No. Dude, on top of this, instead of getting a cake, I got the 50% chance for golden carrots. Dude, he didn't give me the cake. Then, as I was retrying, one by one, 4 insanely stacked players turned up. And although I took down 3 of them, am I full diamond if I kill this guy? The 4th one outgeared me and stopped me from getting the sword. I just don't know how he didn't die. So I moved on to game 25, where I finally had a chance to get the sword insanely fast, as there was a village right next to spawn. But a player was menacingly waiting to kill me. I only have time to make a stone sword. I think I got him though. Okay, I forgot how good armor can be. I then discovered another village and leveled up a farmer villager, but it doesn't even give me the freaking... I unironically am gonna... Oh, no way. Village on the edge of the map. So I leveled up another farmer villager and got the golden carrots again. It didn't even give me it, dude. I'm never trading again. This was insanely unlucky and on the brink of insanity. I then decided to hold some chickens hostage. You know what happens to chickens that don't lay eggs? I'll give you guys 10 minutes. 1 minute. 2 minutes. Okay, let's go. All I was missing now was the diamonds. And just at the right time, I found a structure with a diamond in one of the chests. I still need 1 diamond, dude. However, I then encountered a bot and easily took it down with a few bow shots. Got him. I then found another structure and got the remaining diamond. Oh my god. No way. The cloud sword has been attained. But although I now had a cloud sword, I was only in full iron armor. So I tried being smart in deathmatch, but these players were insanely geared. I'm literally dead. But now that I actually had crafted the sword, I knew that a lucky game would be possible. And this game, I successfully traded for the cake and found the carrots for the cloud sword again. And when PvP enabled, a player attacked me, and I got into a very close fight. I'm dead. Got him. No way. Then another player dropped into the cave. No. Dude, I just want to frickin' make a cloud sword, man. But I somehow escaped into the wall and eventually escaped. And when I discovered another cave, I found 5 diamonds, which gave me enough to craft the cloud sword. Let's go, dude. However, this was not the ideal rush I was hoping for. I was low in health without much healing, and the next player that I found was on full health with a diamond piece. But the cloud sword has another ability where you don't take any fall damage, so I decided to try and lure him up the mountain and use this terrain to my advantage, and he decided to stop chasing me, then went into a cave to kill another player. And I knew that this was my chance. Oh my god, it actually... Oh, no way, dude. 10 diamonds. That was so clean. So I now had half diamond with 2 G heads for healing, but I was still unenchanted. So I then traded for 2 sharpness 2 books for my cloud sword and made sharpness 3. That's the equivalent of a sharp 4 diamond. I will take it. Oh, I see somebody over there. And he's like kind of killable too. But I then realized the player that I had to face this game was the #1 monthly leaderboard player for solo, DWGE. Oh my god. But after coming this far, I was going to do everything I could to quick drop him. He's on 17. Oh my god, dude. What? Even though I got him insanely low, my attempt failed. Okay, well, I did take away his G-heads, but that guy is so stacked. It's absurd. And in deathmatch, I kept trying. Well, my Cloud Sword rush was just too slow. Oh man, I got him to 4 HP. Look at his stuff. Oh my god. However, I was now confident I could rush this thing quickly. I knew if I just got lucky, I could definitely win while Cloud Sword rushing. And this game, I was off to an insane start because I found a notch apple and the diamonds that I needed for the sword, so I wouldn't be slowed down like last game. What the heck, there's a village here too. Let's do this thing. But when I finally completed all of my trading, this happened. Oh my god, it didn't give me it. I don't know what my luck is. Like, this is crazy, dude. So as a backup plan, I waited next to chickens, hoping they'd lay an egg, but a player then turned up and had an enchanted diamond sword. This is going well so far. Chickens, you better lay an egg while I'm putting in this work to keep you alive, okay? Well, I managed to take him out and upgraded with enchanted gear. And when I healed up with a very suspicious stew, I got the hero of the village effect, making trades cheaper. So I could definitely get the Cloud Sword this game. But another player was lurking next to the village who had diamond leggings. And this fight was very risky, but I took him down as well. Okay then. Well, protection 3. And finally, I could trade again. And this time, when I leveled up a farmer, luck was in my favor. I got a cake. Oh my god, I can actually make Cloud Sword. Let's go. And I decided to trade with a librarian to get a sword book. But after 5 minutes of trading, I didn't get anything. So I just put sharpness 2 on the sword. But now deathmatch was insanely close after doing all of this trading. So on 3.5 hearts, I entered with very minimal healing. But I could potentially do something with my notch apple. I'm just gonna make this work. I have a sharp 2 cloud sword and that's about it. And I had to be so careful not to get my health drained. So I was playing very cautious. 2 guys fighting over here. I don't really want to get drained by the chestplate guy. I got a player head from that. But having the Cloud Sword was hugely paying off, with being able to escape the most stacked player when he surprise attacked me. Okay, they're both after me for some reason. Not really too sure why, but at some point soon, I just need to notch apple. And this caused the other 2 players to start fighting. So knowing this was my one opportunity, I used my notch apple. And it was time to get this win. Wait, I killed this guy, surely. But the last player had a totem, a fire aspect sword, and was insanely stacked. However, I pulled off an insane play with cobwebs. Come on. And I knew I had to keep this momentum going, and wasn't going to let him heal up using all the regeneration from the totem. Let's go! Okay, holy dude, finding that notch apple just won me the game. 10-star, let's go, dude. Then finally, I secured my first Cloud Sword win. So I then returned to the lobby and claimed my rewards, and was halfway to level 4 looter kit, which was getting kind of hype. Then I opened a cosmetic crate. Okay, here we go. We're going for the Elysian crate because it has some very cool stuff. Kill effect right there. However... Oh my, no, not another duels opener. Okay, dude, I guess we're gonna check this out. They're not even dancing. Okay, it was fine. I could open another one soon. And in game 28, I found a village and got all of the ingredients for a cake except for sugar. But a high-star player who had rushed the nether appeared out of nowhere. Oh my god, this guy's actually like gonna be a good player. His crossbow is just too strong, dude. No, and that death was just unlucky timing. I could have won if I had the Cloud Sword. However, in game 29, I successfully got the cake and just had to make a golden carrot. But while I was crafting, a player appeared out of nowhere. No, no, no. And I literally don't even know what happened. How? Yeah, I wasn't mad, guys. It was fine. Dude. So, in game 30, I had one final chance to get this Cloud Sword at PvP and use it to farm stats and unlock another crate. And after getting 4 diamonds as well as the gold I needed from structure chests, I came across a custom village that had some slightly insane chest loot. Chest number 1. Oh, what is going on? As well as bookshelves, which I could enchant my Cloud Sword with later. And as I had so much time until PvP, I then went caving and found a vein of diamonds with another vein next to it, bringing me to 12 diamonds in total. Then I returned to the surface and tried my luck with getting a chicken to lay an egg, and it only took about 30 seconds. Yes! Okay, now all I need is milk, meaning after quickly gathering all of the other materials to make a cake and picking up some carrots, it finally happened. I crafted the Cloud Sword at PvP. Let's go! There's also a guy like right next to me. Speed enchanted that thing with sharp 1. And you're dead. And this player had shown up at the perfect time for me to absurdly outgear him, so I used the sword's ability to chase him down while he tried to swim away, and instantly got a kill while barely taking any damage. Dude, I love this thing. Oh my god, this is my favorite legendary. Sharpness 4 diamond axe. And now equipped with a powerful axe to start fights with, I was confident I could take any player down. And I then found a player at mid with the Midas sword and a Skulk Weaver's lantern, which has a domain expansion ability, trapping players in a Skulk dome with wardens and endermen. So I was going to do everything I could to get these weapons for myself. He's on 8. 0. I don't even care. I'm going for this. I'm just G-heading. Got him. And it actually happened. I got his Sharpness 3 Midas sword and was now equipped with the lantern. However, another player was waiting above. Oh my. But luckily, I was now safe. And as the Midas sword has an ability that increases its sharpness on kill, I now had a Sharpness 4 sword that I then used on 2 players I trapped with the Skulk Weaver's lantern, upgrading my sword even more. Okay, here we go. Hello. Got one. Oh my god. This is amazing. And we got him. But what I didn't know is that a player who could easily kill me in one hit was approaching. Oh my god. And at first I felt confident that I could take him down until he landed a mace hit. Oh my god, he just got a perfect shot. And I knew I had to be a lot more cautious. So I then trapped him in the Skulk Dome, but I realized it put me in even more danger and I had to wall up. And I also found out that he had the Guardian Cannon. He's actually gonna kill me, but my training from the past games meant that I could counter it. Then I finally took my opportunity. I got him, yes! Oh my god, he got way too low. Okay, dude, every single time I'm on track for a smooth win, a mace guy appears. Protection 4? And now that I had a mace, the Guardian Cannon, and the Harpoon Launcher, I was ready for deathmatch. Okay, here we go. Where I got to kill and brought my Midas sword to Sharpness 6. Okay, well that's 1 down. But things started going wrong. Oh, what the heck? Why is there a 4 diamond guy? Dude, he has G-heads and everything. And I had to back out and heal up. But I took away a ton of his health with the Guardian Cannon, and he ran out of healing. And the guy just got killed by a warden. And since my biggest threat was now dead, and the only player left was in iron armor, I decided to have some fun with my mace. And back to the lobby. Let's go, dude. Another win added to the book, and another crate. So it was time to claim another cosmetic. And surprisingly, in the end, my village rushing stats weren't that bad. And I ended up rolling the Elysian crate. Oh, okay. I did not mean to do that. Oh, dude, please don't be bad. What? What? This was absurd. I had rolled the same mythical, and I could have gotten an armor trim or another legendary skin with that. But as it was a duplicate, I gained 250 gems, bringing me to 1,310. And I came up with a master plan. I could have bought 3 crates with this, but instead I bought a golden ticket, which is a way of getting a ton of coins. And I also had enough gems to roll 1 more crate. Come on. Well, I'll take it. Finally a hat. I kind of like that one. Polypirate, you have served me well, but it's time for an upgrade. Then I used this ticket to host a custom game with the maximum amount of players. Players receive an average of 55,000 coins in tips per game, so that when people started joining and tipping me with coins, I gained 100,000 and was now up to 139,000 coins, allowing me to get my looter kit all the way to level 4 with a lot left over for future strategies. However, when joining game 31, I knew this strategy had potential to be even harder than rushing the Cloud Sword, unless I got an Ender Pearl in the cornucopia chests. All I had to do was use the gunpowder that comes with the looter kit to craft a nether reactor core, then find an Ender Pearl, and I can track down the stronghold as Eyes of Ender don't break on Hoplite. End portal frames also spawn with 12 eyes. So as soon as I found an Ender Pearl, I would be set. But after not getting one from the spawn chests, I hoped I could kill a player for one, but I got nothing. No, dude, this could have been such a good start. And instead ended up with 3 player heads, which was good. But if I took too long to get to the stronghold, another player would almost definitely find it while caving and take everything, including the dragon egg. And as I was now playing in a new month, a lot of the legendaries had swapped around, and I could now use the egg for the Dragon Katana, which deals the same damage as a netherite sword and lets you teleport. However, nether reactor cores have a chance to spawn an enderman, and they also have a chance to spawn in caves. So if I just got lucky, I could get my ender pearl pretty quickly. So I then smelted some sand and used the lapis that I got off of spawn to make a reactor core. However, all I got was the blaze that spawns every time and 2 pigmen. Bro. But as I'd seen a village, I had an idea to trade for my ender pearl this game by leveling up an alchemist. However, this village was right next to the cornucopia, and a player in full iron turned up while I had no armor whatsoever. If I get stalked, I'm actually gonna scream. But I managed to hide, then cautiously trade in secret. But when when I finally leveled up the cleric villager, my luck didn't play out. Did it really just scam me? And now that PvP was enabled, I'd have to get full iron before I figured out another way to get a pearl. But while I was making my way into a nearby cave, a player with the Skulk Weaver's lantern turned up. Is he coming down after me? I might be able to kill this guy. And my first end rushing game did not turn out too well. Okay. Not much I could do. But in game 32, I could get a fresh start, and surely one of these methods would give me an ender pearl. But I didn't get one from spawn or from my spawn kills. However, as I already had lapis from the mid chests, I could make my reactor core quickly, but I didn't get a pearl. However, I did get a ghast. However, if I actually wanted to rush the end dimension before another player, I'd have to get my Eye of Ender fast. That's like even rarer than an enderman. So I then decided to trade with an alchemist as quickly as possible, and this time I got the ender pearl. Oh my god, we actually did it. So now it was finally time for me to get to my first stronghold. This better be far out on the map, because if it's not, nobody's finding it. And while tracking it, I found a mushroom biome and made a very suspicious stew and upgraded my healing. So after finding a player in a house who I dropped for 4 golden apples and a diamond piece, I finally located the stronghold chunk. But as I was making my way down, I heard the sound of a player killing the ender dragon. I gotta go so quick. And he then crafted the Dragon Katana. No, dude, I'm like the tiniest bit too late. So I knew I had to go all in and take this player down, and immediately went through the portal, then traveled through to the outer end, hoping he was through here. Which direction did he go? And if I could somehow catch up to him, this would be insane. I'm gonna say straight ahead. We just have to look for blocks. No frickin' way. I see him building right now. I don't even want to push him into the void. I just want to like kill him in a fight because he might be unenchanted at this point. This was actually insane. I felt like an assassin, and I finally spotted the player. Oh my god, he's right here. No frickin' way, dude. However, with him wielding the Dragon Katana, he would be very hard to kill, as it deals the same attack damage as the Crimson Chainsword. And it was looking like I might get dropped. But I pulled back the fight and I came out on top. Oh my god, I got him. Oh my god. You probably saw how nervous I got after coming all this way if I died. So finally, I was safe. And from his loot, I got the custom enderpack item that tracks down a nearby end city. Yes. However, when I got there, I got pretty unlucky with it not having a single chest. Then the deathmatch timer moved to just 5 minutes away. And although I did everything I could to find another end city, I couldn't find one. I'm just gonna keep running further out and like hope that I get something. However, I was now understacked for deathmatch. Let's see if I can make something work here. And I ended up in a 1v1 with an absurdly stacked player. And without any plays I could really pull off, I would just have to get to the end faster in game 33. No, dude. My focus went to getting to the end much faster in game 33. I still didn't get an ender pearl from spawn or spawn kills. Then I didn't find any endermen in my caves. And when I entered the nether to try and find a warped forest, I couldn't see one anywhere, so this was looking like a super unlucky game again. And another player called Agent Seal then crafted the Dragon Katana. Okay, does it still count as an end dimension rush if I just go and hunt that guy down? If I kill him somehow, I think it counts. Feeling like my end dimension strategy was over, I then got into a fight, and I probably played better because I felt like I had nothing to lose. Oh my. But somehow I got an ender pearl from the loot, as well as the Warpick legendary weapon, which has sharpness 10 and is insanely fast for mining. So I could now hunt this player in the end dimension again, and I tracked down the stronghold as quickly as I could. Okay, let's go in. Please be here, please be here, please be here. But when I went through, he wasn't in the outer end, so I knew he had to be in the overworld. And not long after going back through, I saw him. I unironically just heard him. He's literally right there, okay. But with having the Dragon Katana at PvP, he was too stacked. I am actually doing so well with getting through every single game. One game where I just get a pearl kind of quick and it's going to be insane. And I would have to go faster in game 34. But this game, it was looking like I wouldn't make it out of Cornucopia. What just... I don't want to waste the game. Please, please, please. This strat's too fun. I refuse to die off spawn. And even though I escaped, a player then turned up and took me down. Dude. Then in game 35, I didn't get any luck either. And this game, I killed 5 players off of spawn, then traveled to the nether, but I couldn't get an ender pearl this game. And although I killed a player with the wall pick and survived into a deathmatch, the strategy wasn't going to work unless I got to the end, as I was wasting so much time every game. However, in game 36, I came across an ender pearl insanely early on. Come on, turn on me. You're high on health. No! I freaking no! I knew it, dude. I'm telling you, I'm a psychic. This game, I couldn't even play properly after that. And I died later on. No. But in game 37, I finally found an Enderman. You! It just came in angrily while I was looting a nether structure. But when I was digging through the wall to hide, lava started flowing, which made the Enderman catch on fire. No. And the Enderman just died without me using looting on it. This was actually ridiculous. It was right in front of me. Then a Hoglin spawned on me and killed me. Come on, that wasn't even my fault. Yeah, my luck had been so bad for this strategy so far, but I had 3 games left, and soon I would have to get lucky. But in game 38, I went to the nether again and started trading with a piglin, and this time I actually got an ender pearl. Oh my god, I actually got it first try. There is no way. So finally, I could craft an eye of ender and track the stronghold, but then this happened. No way. There's actually no way, dude. And without full armor, there was nothing I could do. So my first game with getting ender pearl luck was over. The one game I get lucky with trading. Then in game 39, my spawn killing for an ender pearl strategy kinda backfired. What? I only have 1 game left. Okay, this was not looking good. However, somehow, against all odds, in game 40, an enderman spawned. No way. Let's go! And just 5 minutes into the game, I could start tracking the stronghold. And it's leading me this direction. Okay, I'm 500 blocks out. And I think I just found it. Here we go. So, if I go down this cave, it's going to be a little bit to the right. And finally, right as PvP enabled, I entered the stronghold. Oh, I found it. And it looked like nobody had been here. And somehow, I discovered the best possible enchanted books that I could find. What the heck? Sharpness 3, Fire Aspect 2. This game now becomes, like, insanely winnable. My sights then got laser focused on getting the katana as fast as possible, as it would become equivalent to a Sharpness 5, Fire Aspect 2 diamond sword with this book. And after finding the diamonds that I needed for the katana in the cave that I was in, I entered the end dimension, very cautious of another player being here. Let's do this thing. The dragon hasn't taken any damage, but it looked like I was in the clear. Okay, here we go. It's perching. Oh boy. Okay, I then collected ender pearls with my looting 2 sword that I could use to chase people down later, made an Ares blessing that had 8 gold inside, then took down the dragon. Let's go, dude! And dragon egg has now been acquired. Let's go, dude. Dragon Katana. And I now had an 8 attack damage legendary sword that let me teleport. So after upgrading my katana to Sharpness 3, Fire 2, I returned to the overworld and instantly used it to take down a player. But until I got diamond armor, I was still vulnerable. However, I then saw a player with 2 diamond pieces and immediately went straight towards him without giving him time to react. Got him. Let's go. Oh, 81 meters away supply drop. What? I then made my way towards the supply drop and saw a name tag in the cave. Emerald sword. Interesting. And this player's sword did do a lot of damage, but mine was even stronger. Got him. And I then claimed enchanted armor, potions, and an enchantment table for myself. And I also noticed a diamond chestplate on the floor, so I was now full diamond. But another player was sneaking up on me. Oh my god, what the heck is in that wall? What is in this wall? There's actually someone here. And it's a trapper. Okay, I gotta get him. I need that player head. However, fortunately, he wasn't very stacked, and I was able to gain another gapple, so it was looking like I could end the end dimension rushing with a win, because there were only 3 players left. But there was still one very overpowered player who was standing in my way, who had over double my golden apples. But after gearing up by finding a diamond block and getting more potions from Ares Blessing, then also making a very suspicious stew, I spotted this player who was wielding an enchanted crimson chainsword, and there was a chance that I would end this strategy with 0 wins. Dude, this guy is absolutely stacked. He then pulled out the Reaper Scythe and stole my potion effects, and with no golden heads, it wasn't looking good. But I then started out meleeing him heavily. Okay, suspicious stew. Oh my god, I got speed. This is my time. And then gained momentum in the fight. Okay, drinking the regen pot. Dude, he's trying to wind charge away, but it's not working. I think I drop him here. Come on. Fire's bringing him to the ground. Oh my god, he can't get away. Ender pearl. Hit him again. Hit him again. Let's go, dude! 15 gapples. Oh my god. And the final player then appeared. Let's go, dude. Oh my god. So, it had been done. That was the true power of a good end dimension rush. And I just didn't get very lucky in my earlier games. But surely, my luck meter was going to be charged up for the next games, which would be the most crazy ones to watch so far, as my next strategy was trapping. So, when I got back to the lobby and claimed my rewards, I got another gem bag. I'm gonna do the deep dark. There's some pretty insane cosmetics in here. And this time I got 1,000 gems. And this was insane as it allowed me to buy another custom game ticket, giving me enough coins to buy Trapper level 3. Then with my leftover gems, I bought another crate. Okay, dude, come on. And got a pretty cool hat that would hopefully make more players chase after me. As with this next strategy, I was going to have to trap players and try to get a win. But if the trap goes wrong, it can hugely backfire and cause you to have wasted all of your time with no gear. And I only knew how to make really simple types of traps, so this would be my hardest strategy so far. Then 2 of my friends who literally never play Minecraft then asked me to play Hoplite with them for the first time, and I thought this could be a good warm-up, and surely it couldn't go that bad. So we joined civilization mode for game 41, but right at the beginning, this happened.
Guys,
What did you do?
I typed /L for generational well.
You fell for that. You actually fell for that. Oh my god. So with poll typing /lobby before the game began, I was already 1 teammate down before it even started. But I couldn't waste this game and was determined to still try and get a trapping win. And I then discovered a temple that gave me an idea to make a full trap leading to dripstone in the entrance. Oh, this is perfect. This is literally so perfect. So while my other teammate Ethan mined for us, I used my auto pickaxe unlocked from trapper level 3 and started setting up a trap where pistons blocked players off. Nice. But I wasn't too sure if this would work. It didn't really look that promising. But eventually, Ethan appeared after successfully mining the iron. Okay, Ethan, do you want to see the vision?
I see the vision.
If this happens... Oh, you see that now?
Yeah.
I then frantically covered up this cursed contraption. Perfect. It's such a low level trap, but I actually think it could work. Finally, the trap was ready and PvP enabled, and a player then turned up, so it was time. Oh, there's someone coming. There's someone coming. This kid's gonna fall in. Pull it. Pull. Oh, wait, not yet. Yeah. I'm gonna take off all my armor and just stand here. This kid just jumped down. Oh my god.
We go. What?
We can
Okay, it worked.
Go down. Okay, I had no idea how that worked.
That's insane.
And I then went to bait more players. But while I was gone, Ethan somehow fell in.
Oh, I fell in.
What?
That's so bad.
And I couldn't find any more players to trap. So when deathmatch began, I ended up dying to a player in diamond armor. But in game 42, we could hopefully trap someone very stacked. And I came across a temple that I wanted to build a trap in. However, as I arrived, Paul, my teammate without much Minecraft experience, then entered an ancient city. Get the skull crossbow.
Dude! Bro, I just shoot you through walls!
And I was now down to just 1 teammate again. And the trap I built this game did not seem like it was going to work. Go in! But in game 43, I came up with a genius trap. This house is the one. We got a piston and a lever ready to pull out the floor, and we're planning to drop players onto dripstone as they entered the house. And before PvP even begun, an unsuspecting enemy player stumbled in. No! Yes! Yes! Yes, Ethan! We did it. Cleanest execution in history. I then headed up to the surface to bait in more players, but I got stuck in a block.
No.
I literally got stuck in a block. That was perfect. But in game 44, we were actually going to build a good trap this time. This time, we were going to make a spleef trap next to a sphinx that nobody would suspect. However, after a while of building, enemy players turned up before we were finished.
Oh no, he's over me!
Guys, just go.
I'm about to die.
Oh my god. So one of my teammates were dead again, and knowing even more players would be lurking around very soon, I decided to go back up and cover up the trap with sand. And when I got backstabbed, I finally had an opportunity to actually use it. Oh! Yes! Yes!
Oh my god.
This kill was huge. Not only did this player have a sharpness 2 diamond sword, he also had the necessary ingredients to craft a revival star to revive Connor.
Yippee!
And to make sure he got back in safely, I made my way back up to him, where we spotted a team nearby. Oh, watch out, Connor. Okay, hide in there. I'm gonna spleef. Just make sure the bottom is set up, Ethan, if you can. And this happened. It's not working.
An armor shovel. Nice, you got one.
Okay, just kill the other one, Connor. We got this. I have a fire sword. And I swiftly took the remaining player down. Got him. Then, when another player turned up and had a legendary weapon, I used this opportunity to take him down.
Nice.
Yes, 4 gaps! We now had another fire sword as well as the evoker one, but the border then closed in on the Sphinx, meaning Connor and Ethan would have to PvP with almost no experience. But the first players that we ran into were over 200 star, had a Midas sword, and could shoot fireballs at us from their happy ghast.
Wait, I've got a bolt.
I have a bow as well, and I have a force field with evoker wand as well. They're gonna hit the ground. Midas sword, but we can kill them. I'm dropping this guy so bad. Oh my god, dropped him with 2 G-heads. I had just taken down one of the 200 star players, and I then went to back up Connor and Ethan, but they took him down on their own.
Go on.
And winning while trapping actually seemed like a possibility. And we then used our happy ghast to scout the map and look for kills, until we came across 2 teams fighting and backstabbed them, and I got 2 kills. Meanwhile, Ethan got another kill.
Dead.
But we then had to face the most stacked members of this team, and we managed to drop one.
Try to come back in.
G-head, G-head.
Dead.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, just remember to eat it in a second. But I then came very close to dying, and we had to back out on our ghast.
Go, 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 go.
But all 3 of us were alive, and with deathmatch in 3 minutes, it felt like we still had a chance at winning. But we knew this would not be easy, as the other players had more armor than us, and the desert team then revived one of their skilled players. So after crafting as much healing as we could, we then entered deathmatch, where our strategy was to put Ethan on the happy ghast and make players panic by fireballing them, and he actually started draining their health a ton, until eventually I saw an opportunity. 11. Gamebuster's dead. Then, after they split up, I realized the full diamond player was singled out. Yes, Connor, let's 2v1 him, 2v1 him. And me and Connor pulled off an insane play, with Ethan dropping in to deal extra damage. But this guy was unkillable, and other players were waiting to backstab us. He's so low. But somehow Connor noticed the soul gauntlet on the ground and picked it up.
I've got soul gauntlet. I think we just win. I think that's our win condition.
Then we took complete control of the center. Nice. And there were now only 2 players left in our way. We actually might win. Okay, go all on the diamond guy right now. I'm fighting him. He's panicking. He's panicking. He's on 6. He's on 6. He has so much healing though. No way.
Nice.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's go. Oh my god. So it actually happened. My non-Minecraft player friends had just got their first win, and I now had 1 trapping win. So I then opened my crates. Come on, dude. Please trim. However. No. No. Not again, dude. What is up with this? Okay, we're just moving on from that. My friends now had to go, and I wanted a teammate for the remaining games, so I messaged my friend Ish. My username is what_theflip4.
Excuse me.
Dude, if you make fun of it, I'm rage quitting. And with both of us having minimal trapping experience, we entered a game to hopefully somehow continue the trapping win streak.
Oh, watch out.
It didn't work. Why are they so cautious, man? I'm not gonna lie, that trap sucked. Like, we're in a structure with 10,000 entrances. Okay, that trap wasn't very good, but I'd make something way better in game 46. However, while I was building a trap this game, I got spotted and wasted a lot of time trying to dripstone the player. And PvP then enabled while we didn't have anything built. No way! He just hit me from 10.
Alright, I'm on my way.
Oh my god, Ish.
Okay, I'm coming. Hold on. Wait, do you need a chest plate? I can make you a chest plate right now. Run, 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 run.
I'm dead.
No!
Okay, I was actually going to build a trap next game, and this would somehow be a win. This time, I built a spleef trap, which was the trap that had worked before. However, when we finally baited someone in, this happened.
Come on! Please!
I spleefed myself! No! I'm genuinely not joking, I was trying my best here. However, next game, we set up a spleef trap with grass blocks, so this would be super concealed. But other players then saw our name tags. Oh my god, this guy is unironically trading 1 block away from me. He might be calling teammates. He's calling teammates. And Ish got trapped in a pit with them. Okay, build up here. Dig up the side of the wall and build up right now.
No, I can't do anything. Wait, Pearl? No, that's it. Come on!
And after escaping, I then built a new type of trap. And then this happened.
Oh! No! Go get him, get him, get him, get him! Yes, that's one!
You'll pay for what you've done! You'll pay!
Get him. Come on, yeah!
I'm literally on 1 heart right now. Somehow I managed to get out of this encounter on top. And when I chased after the final player, he led me into a temple. He's trapping, he's trapping.
Yep, that's a trap. Yep, yep. Yeah, get him! come on, yeah.
So I now had a new trap. Then I used Ares' Blessing, which gave me an invisibility potion. And this then gave me an idea. Okay, there's a guy here. I'm gonna try bait him.
You're really pulling out all the stops here. Uh-oh.
Is he on? But this player had his own trap with a dripstone below him that took away a ton of my health. Well,
That's not right.
okay, 2 trapping games left. Surely one of these we would have an unexpected win. And this time we discovered a mine shaft where we built a spleef trap with gravel. It actually looked like it had some potential. But before we could finish it, a stacked player with the war pickaxe then turned up.
Help me, help me, help me.
Okay, I'm with you, I'm with you.
Okay.
He's head webbed, he's head Kill him, kill him.
Yes! Come on! This counts! This gotta count as a trap, right? This has to trap. Oh my god. Oh yes, he's stuck too! He's stuck! Oh my god, I'm stuck! Yes! Let's go!
Sharpness 4 sword! And I count that as a trap kill. But when I left the cave to look for people to bait, I ended up getting a taste of my own medicine, as I spotted a seemingly free kill in the distance. Oh my god, I found a player. Oh my god, it's other people trapping. They're all they all just dropped from the trees. And with no healing, other players dropped from the trees and took me down. Why? Okay, the final game. But this game was insane because an absurdly rare thing happened. The exact same seed was reused. And this meant we could go to the exact same spot and rebuild the same trap even faster. And this game, I got a knockback book, so I made a secondary trap in the corner that I could knock players into if anything went wrong. And this time, we were actually set up well to trap people. And when a player stumbled into the mineshaft before we were even ready, my trapping practice paid off.
Oh my god.
Got him! Oh!
Yes!
Yes! Then, after killing a bot that was waiting outside, we went to search for more stacked players to lure in and found multiple players fighting. Hide behind a wall here and just like, get ready.
I can't hide, look at me. Oh, there's a guy behind us.
Okay, ready? Run to the trap. We then got a stacked diamond chestplate player to follow us, who was very confident that he could kill us. And it was finally time.
Come on. Come on, no.
The web. Knockback. No, yes!
Oh!
Somehow it actually worked.
Wait, there's a guy coming. There's another guy coming.
However, there was another player. Ish, you go down and loot. I got this. But after seeing his teammate drop into a pit, he retreated. He's running away.
He saw what happened.
But since the gear from this kill wasn't enough for me and Ish to get the win, I decided to chase him down and got another kill. Okay, I'm gonna try and bait one more person, and as I was searching, Ish saw a stacked player reviving his teammate outside of our trap.
Oh, it's a stack team, it's a stack team. Oh my god, and my hat's giving me away.
And we knew this was our chance to get a ton of loot. Stop the revival. Help.
Okay, hold on, let me come to you. I'm coming.
Okay, get in the cave.
Okay, get in the cave.
And instantly, I wasn't even going to try with the spleef trap, and I was going to play it safe with the knockback. But the player who charged in was wielding the wall pick, and as he tried to break a block, his explosive break ability caused him to fall in perfectly. One fell in! Oh! We then grabbed as much loot as we could before deathmatch. This might be the game. Okay, this actually might be the game.
Crap. Oh my god.
2 gapples.
Dude.
Diamond boots for you.
Yes, I got the G-head.
Wall pick.
Okay, here we go.
However, with insanely bad luck, we then met the #1 leaderboard player's team in deathmatch.
My hat is a disadvantage in this particular moment.
Yeah, I think these are like leaderboard players.
Oh my god, he just enderpearled. No, that's it. No. Okay.
And although we did pretty well, we couldn't take them down. Aw, dude, I just got outgeared by this guy.
Yeah.
The trapping games ended with just 1 win. However, I was still happy with that performance from me and Ish. Genuinely, that final trap kill was elite. But now, finally, I would get to do some PvPing again. And this next strategy had an insane amount of winning potential, as it was light netherite sword rushing. So if I could gather the needed materials each game, I could have an insane attack damage weapon at PvP and outgear every player I encountered. So I joined game 51 and swapped to loot to level 4 again. In this game, I got into a temple first and found 2 diamonds, which I used to make a diamond sword, and I also found a piece of golden bread. Then I instantly went caving and actually got quite lucky with my cave luck, as this instantly led down to a giant lava cavern with a 1 vein of gold and a 1 vein of diamonds, but this was still a good start. I then found iron blocks, saving me a ton of time mining iron, but the cave then stopped and I had to strip mine, hoping to find a new one. But with insane luck, I dug directly to diamonds, and this was enough for my pickaxe and an enchantment table. That is absurdly lucky. Then after crafting my nether reactor core, I placed it down and mined the ancient debris that spawns, as well as a bunch of extra gold. Then finally, after mining some obsidian, I made a light netherite sword and enchanted it with sharpness 2 just 4 minutes after PvP. Let's go, dude. So it was safe to say this was by far the strongest strategy yet, and I was hoping I could farm wins with this. And my first fight went insanely well, getting diamond boots. 1 down. Then after a tough fight, I took down one of the high star players in this lobby whose sword didn't stand a chance against mine. He just pearled away on 5 HP. He died. Oh my god, no way. Then another player came in who didn't even have time to eat his G-head. Oh my god, I dropped him with a G-head. And I then tried taking down a player who had a diamond chest plate. Oh no, I'm so scared. What the heck is that potion? Oh, he legit just disappeared off my screen. And with a combination of 15 blocks of full damage and a crit from my sword, I took him down. Welcome back to Hoplite, guys. Potion of Shrinking? How did he not use that on me? And with all of this gear, the next player I came across didn't stand a chance either. Unfortunately, he kind of came across the wrong player. However, the next player that I found had a crazy double piston extender trap and was currently luring me towards it. Oh, what the heck? I don't even know what he just pulled, but I'm terrified. What does the pressure plate do? It's just there to freak you out, like what? Then the next player I chased also had a trap that could insta-kill me. What on earth is he doing? Okay, not gonna lie, I got lucky to not fall in either of those. And if you guys couldn't tell, the time of day I was playing at right now had an insane percentage of good players, which would mean these next 10 games would have a much higher difficulty compared to some of the other games you've seen. But right now, the strategy being so good meant that didn't matter. And I then traveled to a supply drop where I started gearing up. Diamonds, just what I need, and encountered a huge threat. Whoa, this is a kind of stacked guy. Whoa, okay, I'm getting a little bit low, but okay. I'm just gonna get this guy while he's low as well. And I then became the target of 3 players. The wall pick guy wants me. Okay. You're gonna die for that. Whoa. Deathmatch in 27 seconds. Okay, let me just... Oh, he's gonna die. But luckily an arrow missed me and dealt just enough damage to kill the full diamond player. Yes, dude! 2 people who've died from pearling. All this is mine. And with no competition left in deathmatch, I grinded my stats by getting as many kills as I could. Drink the potion. And let's go for this. These guys are fighting. Let's just go in and get them. No one can hit me and no one can see me. Being tiny and just dodging everything is so fun. Oh, he's gonna try and get the loot. Let's go. Finally, I took this player down, and it was down to a 1v1. Whoa. Okay. And there we go. Let's go, dude. But it all worked out in the end. This strat is actually, like, very good. And it seemed like I would be able to roll a ton of mystery crates with this strategy. Let's just go for the deep dark. Please be good, dude. Please. Okay, a victory dance. I will definitely take that. Okay, and then with my gems, I'm gonna buy one more because I want a hat. Please. Please give me a hat. Come on. A glider? It does look cool. I then entered game 52, but this game, I couldn't find a single diamond while caving. But I then randomly checked a structure on the surface and got them. Okay, allowing me to make my light netherite sword. Let's go. But as so much time had passed, I was nowhere near as stacked as some of the other players in this game. And I had to go to deathmatch in iron armor with an unenchanted sword. And even though I did get a kill, got that guy, I didn't stand a chance against the next player. What is that? That's what happens when it takes me 20 minutes to get diamonds. So in game 53, I just had to get diamonds quickly and I'd be set. You know, there's potential this thing isn't looted. That would be so crazy. But slightly too focused on finding diamonds, I got trapped in a structure with skeletons. Dude! And now what started as the highest potential strategy was not looking the best. But in game 34, I was determined to get the light netherite sword quickly. However, I ended up mining for an absurd amount of time before I had the diamonds again. Now I've got those, I can quickly make myself a light netherite sword. And I went to deathmatch in unenchanted iron again. Dude, this is not looking good. Then I ended up in a 1v1 with an insanely stacked player and couldn't take him down. Okay, it genuinely felt like I was cursed with bad mining luck, but I had a good feeling about game 55. And I came across a giant desert temple. Okay, what happens if I do... I don't know what I was planning. Okay, 5 games left, and as long as I played this well, this could be 5 wins. And this game I found an insanely good structure, as I was able to use my looting sword to get bones, then make skeleton leggings with the iron that I found in the chests, so I didn't have to worry about any mobs. Then I found a notch apple, which was absolutely insane, and it's part of the recipe for the Excalibur legendary weapon. That is gonna be pretty good, but I actually decided to keep it as a healing item and put all of my focus on making the light netherite sword. Then after looting all of the chests, I had all of the diamonds I needed for the sword. I'm kinda glad I'm not having to cave this game. Then I randomly found this loot on the ground while searching for a cave to go down. Somebody died to pillagers right here, which gave me enough diamonds for an enchantment table as well. So after doing all of the necessary steps, I made myself a light netherite sword, and all I needed now to enchant was a book. But I ran into a bunch of players as soon as I got to the surface. Oh, okay. 2 people fighting. There's no way these guys have anything better than me. And after decimating one of them with my sword, got him. I saw that one had a flame ender bow and could tell he was a high star from his cosmetics. And this legendary fires teleportation arrows and spawns with power 3. So I knew if I took him down, I would be in an insane position. So feeling confident with my notch apple, I chased him. And when he teleported away, I decided to follow. Let's see if I can do anything. Then when I managed to get closer, I knew that now was my chance. Oh my god, I killed him. And I took him down. But another player with an even stronger legendary weapon was rapidly approaching. Oh boy. What the heck was that? And luckily, I teleported out. Then a showdown against another very high-star player begun. Okay, this guy is cracked. I think I just turn and like... Okay, I definitely have to. And I may have gotten trapped in a cobweb and been forced to notch apple. What? Who is this guy? And luckily, as I still had 1 golden apple, I was able to out-heal him. Surely he dies here. But I took him down as well, gaining an vocal one. I had to play a little bit risky there, but if I just make a golden head, I think I'm okay. And I could now finally start abusing my ender bow. What I'm gonna do is place this down, and the nearest player is this way. So now, if I just fire a bow shot like this, I should be able to find someone quite quick. Oh my god. Let's go. And goodbye. So I got a kill without taking any damage. He had a fire aspect 1 book. Okay, this is getting very interesting. And a fungus hat. And with this insane book, I then collected XP and upgraded my light netherite sword to sharpness 3 fire aspect 1, which meant that even though this next player was insanely stacked with half diamond and an emerald blade, I could shred his health and took him down easily. Holy dude. And I then found another player who I could use my flame bow on. What the heck is he doing? I don't think that's the best strat when someone has a... Okay. Oh, now I have enough diamonds for leggings. Let's go. And now with full diamond armor, I decided I was stacked enough to risk some player heads with Ares' Blessing. And this backfired. Oh, dude, I just lost 2 heads as well. But with my ender bow, I could then teleport directly to a supply drop, and this doubled my healing, which wasn't actually very high at the moment. And out of nowhere, I then ended up in a fight with the most stacked player in the lobby, wielding the golem hammer. Oh! All my health is gone. It was another insanely high star at 383. I'm just gonna teleport onto him. But luckily, I had this light netherite sword. Okay, I kind of forgot how stacked I am. I'd now gained 2 legendaries that were going to be insane in a fight. However, my next fights were underground in a mysterious trap. What? I had no idea what the first player was doing, but the second one had me only a few blocks from a huge pit that opened with a pressure plate. Oh my god. He is not getting me with that. I'm sorry, dude. You have played well, but luckily I got him. The gravel killed him, no way, dude. Then finally in deathmatch, I got to use these legendary weapons, which was pretty fun. Check this out. Oh my. He's on 4 already. Okay, the last player was also luckily in full iron, so I could finally test out my new victory dance. Let's go, Sonic Blaster! Let's go, dude. This is satisfying. So I got my second light netherite rushing win, and I then opened my mystery crate. Come on. Oh, dude. So hoping to get another win, in game 57 I went caving and got the materials for an enchanted light netherite sword perfectly. Let's go. Then when PvP enabled, I started trading hits with a guy who had a short sword. See if I can get this guy. Dude. But another player who was acting like he was his teammate came in and went straight for me. He just G-headed. Then this happened. Perfectly jumps over the lot. Okay, that was just bad from me, dude. Yeah, I don't even know. Okay, 3 games left. This was the best out of all the strategies I was going to get to do, so I needed to take this opportunity to grind wins. But in game 58, I encountered what was basically the #1 PvP in the world. Whoa, diamond sword. I need that. Who the heck? I thought that was a noob. What star is that guy? Okay, 2 games left. Game 59 was a very slow light netherite sword rush, since my diamond luck was not there this game. But I did eventually find some while strip mining just before deathmatch. And now, light netherite sword. And I used the sharpness 3 book that I found in a mineshaft to enchant my sword. Then when I finally found a guy who could give me half diamond, this happened. I got a kill, let's go. Okay, what am I even meant to do about that? It was time for my final game, where my decision to not make armor while mining because I was so far out kind of backfired, as I lost 10 hearts to a creeper. Oh, then somehow on the edge of the map, an assassin appeared. Oh my god, that's actually a player. What is a player doing out here? I don't even have anything in my inventory. How? I'm literally so far out on the map. But this was just unlucky. However, my next strategy was very interesting, and my luck had potential to recover, as each game I was going to do 10 minutes of fishing, which has potential to give me insane enchanted books and OP bows. So I then used my saved up coins to upgrade my fisherman kit to level 3 and entered game 61. And this game, I got some really good structure chests. Sharpness 1 iron sword. Okay. Oh, what the heck. But then, for some reason, all the skeletons teamed up with the player that I was fighting. There's no way. Okay, just ignore last game. This is the first fishing game. So my plan was to run out on the map and start looting structure chests. Let's go, dude. Then find a secluded fishing spot and begin using the starter fishing rod that comes with the kit. But then, by combining a rod with 4 seagrass, 2 salmon, and 2 cod, I could make a lucky rod that has insanely high speed and luck of the sea 5. Makes fishing a million times faster. And when my fishing begun, my luck had clearly charged up from those light netherite sword games. Oh! First catch with my lucky rod, I get power 3 unbreaking infinity. And just like that, an insane bow that would normally take people so long to enchant was now mine. And no matter what this game, I was going to be geared up at PvP. And I then somehow pulled a second bow that was even better. Power 4 punch 1 when I get an anvil. I then also caught a diamond, which gave me enough to make diamond boots, as you also have a chance to catch ores because of the fisherman kit's perk. But I didn't have enough iron for leggings, so I just need to fish for 7 more iron. If I get found before this, I'm in trouble, but the fishing is too addicting, dude. But a bot then appeared. Oh my god. However, luckily, my power 3 bow dealt a lot of damage, and taking this bot down gave me the leggings I needed. Okay, iron leggings acquired, so I then traveled to the cornucopia, where this game got very interesting, as I used my OP bow to kill a player who was trying to lure me into a trap. Okay. Oh my god, it was right here. Then plan to use this for myself because this was levels above what I'd made before, and I was trained at trapping now. However, when I tried to trap a player, I messed it up and got shredded by his war pick. No way. Dude, so in game 63, I had to make sure I didn't get distracted, and I would hopefully catch something good again from fishing. Literally any enchanted book in the game can be caught. And after getting an iron chestplate, some iron, and 4 diamonds from a structure, I then caught a Riptide 3 Sharpness 3 book. Dude, this is the game. And this was a tough decision, but I decided to travel to the nether and put Riptide 3 on a trident. So this game had a ton of potential for kills. Did I see a name tag? Oh my god, I did. This guy has like an armor trim and everything, but if I play this right, we could do something. However, I did still have a weak weapon and low healing. He's gonna bow me. And the player with the bow started draining my health a lot. Dude, why me? But I then pulled off a good play by backing out and letting them continue fighting. Then I used Riptide to reappear at the perfect time. Oh my god. And because I now had the player head, I knew I could take the other player down. Perfect. No way. Got him! And finally, I had a huge armor upgrade and 2 much better weapons. Let's go. We have a power 1 bow. What was on that sword? Sharp 1? Okay. And now that I had 2 diamond pieces, I felt way more confident and took down a player with a legendary Poseidon's Trident. Got him. However, more players were lurking, and I was in a dangerous position. Dude. Oh my god. Well, I just about escaped and made a golden head. Okay, we're back in it. Then the Poseidon's Trident was still on the ground, so I grabbed that and used its Riptide ability to go for a player with the Dragon Katana. Give me the Katana. Got him. And now I had to defend the loot. There's no way he gets me here. He's on 14 still. Okay, wait. pick up the player head. But he then tried to run off with the katana, and I couldn't let him escape. Keep him away. Oh my god, let's go, dude. So finally, it was starting to look like my win rate was going up, as I was stacked and ready to eliminate anyone in my way. And I wanted to farm as many kills as I could. So to search for players, I then decided to use the ultimate travel method by getting as high up as I could. Okay, you guys ready for the ultimate play? Here we go. Then throwing my grappling hook hundreds of blocks. Oh my god, but then this happened. I actually have to upload a video where I just did that. Okay, that was unpreventable. The ice generation was what killed me. But Game 64 had huge potential as I came across an ancient city. I also went fishing right before this and caught a power 4 flamebow too. So this game was off to a really good start. So after looting some chests for regeneration potions and finding some gold as well as diamond ore, I made a sword and boots as PvP was enabling. Then after some more looting, I found the key ingredients for the Skulk Weaver's Lantern, which you've previously seen has the insanely overpowered domain expansion ability and could be game winning if I managed to get it. But I was missing gunpowder and was hoping I could get some from my first fight. And I'd almost completely forgotten that I'd caught a power 4 flamebow at the beginning of the game. So the fishing strategy was definitely paying off. Dude. Oh, he's on 1 HP. Oh my god, let's go, dude. This player didn't have any gunpowder, but I knew I could come across some soon. Guy over here. It's kind of all or nothing. I just like go for this guy and hope that he has gunpowder. Oh yeah, I gotta watch out the bow's durability. It's on 2. Oh, shot him, nice. No! Dude! Well, I kind of just dropped him. And although I broke my bow, I realized I now had 11 diamonds, so I then made a chest plate and upgraded my sword to sharpness 2, then looted the structure next to me where I finally found the gunpowder. So finally, I crafted the Skulk Weaver's Lantern. No way! Then traveled to Cornucopia and used it on a player who could give me diamond leggings. But a random player in iron armor then came in and TNT minecarted me and stole the kill. Then tried escaping with the loot using a grappling hook, but I got him in the last second. And now, in an even more stacked position, I was feeling very confident. I just killed my #1 threat, but the next player I used Skulk Weaver's Lantern on was wielding a mace and wind charges. So I was in a dangerous position. Mace, but I killed him anyway. Oh. Okay then. And he had a flamebow and a notch apple, which was absolutely insane. However, a huge threat then arrived with Excalibur, which gives you invincibility. Ho ho ho! And it had fire aspect, so I had to be wary, as it would be extremely difficult to run away. Okay, hold on. The fire aspect's throwing me off a little bit. And... oh, I hit him. He also had the strength potion effect. A fire aspect Excalibur sword with strength is crazy. No way did he use invincibility against me. And I ran out of wind charges while low on health. And I was getting in a risky position. And apparently I can't aim. Dude, the fire aspect doesn't let me run away. On the verge of death, I then escaped. And got my notch apple ready, as it was the only way I was going to survive this guy's sword. Then I had an interesting idea. Okay guys, ready for the ultimate play? Yes. And good night. Holy dude, that guy actually almost got me. Then finally, I claimed this sword for myself, and then got a chance to test it against one of my biggest threats left. Oh my god, whoa. Who the heck is that? Oh, but this player was holding 6 player heads, and had potential to take me down. I'm just notching on him. I think if there's one guy who's worth doing it to, it's gonna be this dude. But this notch apple was timed perfectly, and I managed to drop him with 4 player heads. Then while my resistance was still active, I found my other large threat who was a 300 star player. Don't mind my Excalibur, just gonna like, go for you. Harpoon launcher right after him. Get him, boys. Oh, this is too fun. But this game still wasn't over. Oh, whoa. Okay. The next player I was fighting had a cosmetic that meant he hit top 10 in the world in duels. And he was trying to set up a TNT minecart that could one-tap me. What do I even do against this? Should I try and blow him up with his own cart? But I remembered I could block his arrows, and his plan didn't work. Wait, Excalibur can like push through it. What is going on? 2 bots then appeared, and I got some free extra stats. Let's go. Then finally, deathmatch begun. But I could now have some fun with the mace. Here we go. Kill #1. not violent at all, and with one player remaining who had weak armor, I then claimed a fishing win. There we go, dude. And I knew the strategy had potential to have some crazy remaining games. 5,000 coins. That means I can actually upgrade my fisher kit. But first I was hoping I could get another cool cosmetic like a victory dance. Here we go. What is the luckiest crate for me? Definitely not this one, but we're opening it anyway. Please, please, please. Please, please, something good. What is this? Oh my god, no. That's just... I'm never opening one of those again. Enderman. Bro, but it was fine. With the strategy being so good, I knew I could unlock another cosmetic crate quickly. And in game 65, I caught an enchant even crazier than Riptide. Dude, are you serious? Frostwalker 2 boots? But apart from that, I didn't get anything this game. And as a lot of time had passed, I decided to just try to make it work, as I wanted fishing wins and knew this was the best way. Oh, I see somebody over there. Maybe he can give me an anvil for Frostwalker. So after slightly struggling with my clean iron sword in my first fight, I made an anvil and made my Frostwalker boots. Okay, and I was gonna make them somehow come in helpful in a fight later. But I then saw a name tag in a cave, so my next fight wouldn't have any Frostwalker plays. And I would have to outplay him with what I had. I'm gonna put him on fire. Okay, this is good. That was actually big brain plays. Luckily, I took him down while barely taking any damage, and could now enchant, getting a slight gear upgrade. 3 sharpness 1 books. Dude, I can get a really good sword this game. Then I also found some diamonds. But finally, it was time for my Frostwalker attack. Oh, Frostwalker time. Push him in the water and then drown him to death. Get in that water. But he then escaped and it started going wrong. No! Get back in. Dude, he doesn't see the guy behind him. No way. I want to drown him. It's not working. Drown him, drown him, drown him, drown him, drown him. Oh my god. Dude! Okay, I don't know what happened there. If that water was deeper, I would have won the game. But it was fine. Another opportunity to catch something crazy was waiting for me in game 66. And this time, I found 2 iron swords in the structure I was looting, which I used to get an early kill. Got him. Dude, as soon as I tried to show off, I throw. Okay, I'm never doing that again. And I then tried getting another kill, but PvP enabled. Okay, it's fine. So I then got to fishing, but this game, the enchanted book I pulled wasn't as exciting. But I had caught a Nautilus shell, which was the key ingredient for the Poseidon's Trident legendary weapon, and I just needed more diamonds to craft it. So I decided I was going to try and kill for them. And although I took my first player down pretty easily, I'm sorry, Tektronic, then clutched the fight even though I was hugely outgeared, obtaining the Ender Bow. Yes! Then obtained all of the materials for the Poseidon's Trident. There we go, Poseidon's Trident. I fought a player who had a sharpness 4 fire aspect 2 Dragon Katana, and after my water disappeared, my game was over. Like, what just happened? But it would all be fine if I just fished up an insane sword book next game. Or even better, Frostwalker. Bro, but I also caught a bow this game, power 3. And this wasn't even with the lucky fishing rod. So this time with Frostwalker and a powerful bow, surely I would be unstoppable. And I then decided to go for a guy a lot more stacked than me. He's on 20. Get in that water. And wanting to trap him with Frostwalker, I had a lot of confidence. They call me the Frostwalker. And was absolutely destroying this guy. But he then G-headed for the 3rd time, bro. And this game didn't work out either. Okay, genuinely, that guy was just absurdly stacked. But I was going to do everything I could to win these last 3 games. However, in game 68, I made the mistake of running back to the same skeleton house as before. Unless you're 1-tap. But in game 69, there was potential, as I got to fishing faster than any other game, and in just a few minutes, I caught a flame bow. So this was off to a really good start, but I then ran into a problem. Oh my god, that scared the life out of me. Luckily, the Art of War book on my shelf that I bought in honor of Technoblade made me remember to subdue the enemy without fighting. Fish with me. Yes, dude, let's go. But another player then appeared and started doing the same thing. So my fishing speed was greatly reduced, but I ended up catching a pretty good bow. Power 3 punch. And I also caught a Nautilus shell, so I had potential to make a legendary later. However, I realized I was still 1 iron off of iron boots, and PvP was about to enable. I might have to just escape on my boat. Get him, friend. I just did a drive-by. As you can see, my tactics were paying off, as the threatening player was then killed. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. And I let the other guy escape. Dude, I can't do it to him. And luckily, my good karma gave me the iron I needed for full iron armor. And with my flame bow, that was all I needed to feel confident enough to fight. So when I spotted a player across the river, I chased after him until I saw him and another player fighting, and took my opportunity. Got one. And got 2. Let's go, dude. And this kill meant I could combine my 2 bows together and make Power 4 Flame Punch 1, which I then used to hugely outdamage the next player I encountered. And this guy would have been a huge threat with his skill level, but I took him down and gained a grapple hook, which was a really good combination with my flame bow. Hold up. Poseidon's Trident. I then came across an insanely stacked player with 2 diamond pieces. But after playing so many games, I was very warmed up. Oh my god. I drained him. Oh my god! And I managed to take him down without using any healing. But this is where I met an absolutely insane high-style player who put my game at huge risk. Oh, he has a projectile trail. He's like a duels player. Let's gapple up and then just full rush him. What the heck is going on? But although he shredded a lot of my health at first, I started comboing him back. But unlike me, he had saved up G-heads and was going for the kill. I actually thought I was like destroying this guy, but I just about backed out and healed up. Olapisola then got a kill, and I wanted to take him out now that I drained his healing. But a random guy in chain armor then came in, and although I got the play ahead, I ended up on the verge of death. And with Olapisola still on 25 HP, I had to back out. And eventually, I found a new player and had an opportunity to drop him until I realized he could one-tap me. Oh but I knew if I could somehow find a way to take him down, it would get me back into the game. And being in this cave, safe from the mace, was my one chance. But he had tons of healing while I was getting lower and lower. However, I just about got him, and luckily he died with the golden apple, which I definitely needed, as my biggest threat was coming back in. But this guy was too good to get mace, so I then backed out and returned to the loot, where I picked up a sharpness 3 emerald sword. That is pretty good. Then finally, I found Olapisola again. I'm just eating a play ahead. And although he dodged almost all of my wind charge attacks, I made the final one count and just about managed to get him. Yes! Yes! Deathmatch then begun, and now that my biggest threat was gone, I got to have fun with the mace and farm stats, so I then got as many kills as I could, and I took MC Legend down. Oh my god, that was clean. My bow breaks in the final shot of the game. So I now had 2 fishing wins, and this was comparing really well in stats to nether rushing and enchantment table rushing, and I then opened my mystery crate and got another kill effect, but it wasn't really as good as my current one, so I entered game 70 and was hoping that I'd get lucky in this final game, and straight away I got some pretty useful structure loot. I then got an iron chestplate as well, and this would allow me to fish for longer as I already had armor, so I was already in a strong position this game. Fishing deserves to be the strat that has 3 wins, and I now also had an absurd amount of gold, and I then got full iron by looting 1 more structure, as well as an iron sword and a diamond, but the real thing I needed was fishing luck, so I then hoped for the best and wasn't sure if this area was deep enough, but with my first catch, this happened. Powerful flame. Holy dude. And now this game had a lot of potential. Then on top of that, I caught a punch 2 Unbreaking 3 bow that I could combine with my powerful flame, and if that wasn't crazy enough, I then caught another powerful flame bow with mending, so I could now make a literal god bow. So after entering a cave, I mined the iron I needed for an anvil as fast as I could to capitalize on this opportunity, but this bow was so OP that it required 11 levels. However, that wouldn't be too hard to get, as I just found diamonds and some gold, as well as a creeper which gave me gunpowder. Then, to become even more unkillable, I decided to craft a nether reactor core. Okay, 1 blaze. Yes, dude. As this let me get more XP from the mobs, as well as a blaze rod, so that I could make the ender bow legendary weapon. So finally, I placed down my anvil and made the bow. Okay, well that's definitely not going to be breaking anytime soon. Then the only ingredient I needed for the ender bow was redstone, but that also got delivered to me. Oh my. I make this clock. Ender bow acquired. Let's go. So I was now in an insane position to win, and surely would be unkillable. And the first guy that I found was already low, so I then got an instant upgrade. Got him. Let's go. Okay, so I got my 3 bows at the ready. There's a guy coming in. But I started getting slightly overconfident and lost half my health in a matter of seconds. But being aggressive was paying off. He's on 5, oh my god. Until he healed up and started to deal 4 hearts a hit, and this game had potential of being over. I cannot aim. Holy dude. Another player then appeared who retreated into a cave, and when I started firing at the warpick player, I didn't realize the guy on my left started charging in, but using my ender bow, I just about escaped. Oh my god, dude. So from being in an insanely strong position, I was now lurking around the cornucopia on the verge of death, but I then finally saw an opportunity to at least get a kill. Oh, he's on 3. But the player with the wall pick was back. However, feeling very warmed up, I knew I could take him down. And now that I wasn't in a swamp, I was in a lot better terrain. but this fight was getting insanely close. If he managed to heal, it would all be over, especially with another player now chasing. Got him! Oh my god. But I hit the shots. However, an even bigger threat had shown up, and I decided to back out, not knowing how on earth I could take him down. Someone else is chasing me. Got the gapples. In the forest, I got a small gear up from killing a bot. Then after making some more arrows and a golden head, I went back to cornucopia as I couldn't let the diamond guy get kills. And I realized he was the player who took the Dragon Katana from me while end rushing, so I wanted revenge. And I thought I found him as I heard lightning and saw the Skulk Weaver's lantern, but it was a player in iron armor, so I went for the kill and shredded him with my bow. He's dead with gapples, and this was a really useful upgrade before having to fight Agent Seal. I got it, I actually got it. So a long fight then begun, where I did everything I could to drain his insane amounts of healing while punch bowing him away, and eventually I got him to 12 health. So I went in melee even though my sword barely did anything, and when I caught him with 3 more arrows, there was nothing he could do. Oh my god, I killed him without even using the Skulk Lantern, and fishing for an OP bow had paid off once again. However, my next strategies also had a lot of potential too, so I was looking forward to the next games. But for now, I just focused on securing the win with my insane items. Oh my god. I then found another player who I evaporated. Oh my... Okay. Then I got everyone left in my domain expansion. Get him. It's time. Oh my god. The warden just blasted him. GG. That's statistically the best strategy in the game. So it actually happened. Fishing took the title of the best stats so far, and I was very happy with my performance. Okay, here we go. The rewards have been claimed. Okay, and then what was the crate that's good? Like, always gives me good luck? This one? Just kidding, I'm never doing that again. I'm kind of feeling this. Please. Please, 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 something cool. Okay, that is insanely sick. Oh my, this looks fresh. I'll take that. And with this next strategy, I wasn't even sure if I'd be able to get one win, as it was the hardest out of all of them, but also potentially the most entertaining, as I was now rushing invisibility potions. This let me attack players out of thin air, and also meant that I could steal loot as well as Ares blessings. But there was one problem. Getting invisibility potions was insanely hard, as you need to loot the custom fortress structure. However, in my first game, I was able to find one. No way. However, another player got here at the exact same time as me and got all of the nether wart. No way, it's not there. I kind of just need to follow the guy that looted this for the entire game. Oh, there he is. There he is. Okay, yeah. Gold chestplate on. He's the culprit. What? He has Poseidon's trident. I do not want to get tridented. And with a ton of my time being wasted, I did not survive long this game. So I'd realized how difficult this strategy was. 6 HP! But I was determined to get these invisibility potions. And in game 72, I spawned directly in the fortress. Oh my god, but another player was already here. No frickin' way, dude. Where's the chests? The only thing I can think of doing now is like setting a trap by the portal. And even though I did my best to kill him, I ended up wasting tons of time again this game and dying. What am I meant to do against this? But in game 73, I found a fortress for the 3rd time in a row. Oh my god, and this time I finally had a chance to get the invisibility potions. Nether wart straight away. Golden carrot as well. So after looting the remaining chests and getting all of the blaze rods I needed, I bridged back to my portal and headed back to the overworld. And when I traveled back through, I was right next to a village, which let me get the golden carrot that I needed for the first part of the potion brewing. But I then remembered that I needed a brown mushroom to be able to make the fermented spider eye. So I then went back to the nether and started searching, as they have a chance to spawn. But instead, I came across a crimson tower structure, and this was looted, but it gave me a good lookout point for a mushroom. Oh, I found one. Let's go. Okay, I gotta be quick because I do not have armor prepared. And finally, I collected all of the ingredients. But there were only 3 minutes until PvP. And as I didn't have enough iron for iron armor, I was in a dangerous position. But I then smelted sand for glass as fast as possible and made a diamond sword. And hoping nobody would jump me in my gold armor, I started the first step with the golden carrot. Then after crafting the fermented spider eye, I successfully brewed my first invisibility potions. And there we go. And somehow no enemy players had turned up at this village yet. And as I already had a diamond sword, I decided to trade for some emerald blocks and craft the Emerald Blade legendary weapon, which gains sharpness levels by storing emeralds inside the sword and drops emeralds when you kill mobs. And if I get like 45, I think it goes all the way to sharpness 4 or sharpness 3. Then finally, I encountered my first enemy. Oh my god, oh no. But he gave me the distance I needed to drink my invisibility and take my armor off, and now I was ready to test out this strategy. You've made your biggest mistake. Yeah, where did the player you were chasing just go? However, with this being my first time using invisibility, I wasn't too experienced at using it yet. Oh no. Dude. He's on 9, he's on 9, he's on 9. And as he got me in a confined area, I started taking a lot of damage. Oh my god, he's got me so low though. But I finally took him down. Oh my god, okay. And realized this actually did have a lot of potential. Whenever I needed to, I could also put on all of my armor and use it to win. But for now, I wanted to stay invisible and keep stacking up armor pieces. And a huge way to gear up would be to increase the sharpness level of my emerald sword, as sharpness 4 or 5 would melt players and potentially be enough to win this game. Then, remembering that the Crimson Tower that I'd found earlier had a magma cube spawner, I had the insane idea to grind magma cubes for infinite emeralds. And as I was invisible, I wouldn't get attacked by them. All magma cubes, no way. No way, dude. That is so OP. Okay, they can't see me, right? However, for some reason, magma cubes deal damage on contact. Oh my god, I'm on 3 hearts. And in a confined area, you guys can probably guess what happened next. Dude, my perfect game had been ruined by a giant magma cube spawning on me. But this was useful practice, and I felt a lot more confident going for invisibility potions next time. But in game 74, I couldn't even find a fortress. But I remembered that a month ago when I begun this challenge, Disregard had given me a hint that a certain crop might make games 70 to 80 easier. So I had a feeling that the nether reactor core would convert an overworld crop into nether wart. So I then shifted my focus to crafting one and started searching for a village. And there's this desert village over there too. I have no idea what crop specifically gives you nether warts. Do I just go for it with like these crops here? Oh my god. But this didn't do anything. So all I could do was somehow try to get another reactor core and try another crop that wasn't in that village, as I hadn't tested beetroot or carrots yet. Let me see if I can speak to someone. Yo, 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 yo. Guy running up the tree, guy running up the tree, guy running up the tree. Listen, I need you to craft me a nether reactor core and I'll give you something in return. 1, there's obsidian. Please. And then we run off and we're peaceful, okay? But this player just replied, wait, no, and ran off. No, please, it's not, no, come on. But I then convinced him and had a new reactor core by offering my gas tier. Like, this gas tier could be yours. Nice. Good doing business with you. However, I'd spent all this time trying to get nether wart and had no iron armor, and an enemy player then appeared. Oh my god, there's a guy after me. However, after some running, I found another village and placed the reactor core. I see it, I see it, I see it, I see it. Okay, it was something there. And now if I could somehow take him down, I could brew invisibility. Okay. But this fight didn't go well for me. Dude. But I now had a way of getting invisibility potions consistently as long as I found a village, and was pretty sure that carrots were the crop that turned into nether wart, and in game 75, I found one right next to spawn, so this was looking like it had some potential. But I knew winning with this strategy would be another level of challenging. Iron axe. However, after getting 3 kills off of spawn, I ended up with 4 diamonds and a golden apple. Then just in case, I checked the nether, but there wasn't any fortress. However, I did get to loot a different nether structure which had 2 more diamonds, and everything I needed to make a light netherite sword. I will take that. Meaning if I did manage to get this invisibility, I could drop people a lot quicker. And now finally, it was time to get nether wart from the overworld. Okay, I'm just gonna risk it. Here we go. I see some. And it actually worked. So I then brewed invisibility potions. And as I no longer needed armor anymore, I made 2 Ares blessings as I could take the risk, and got an insane amount of gold, which definitely gave this game some potential. I'll definitely take 2 G heads. Dude, I could get another win this game, genuinely. There we go. So finally, I started searching for players, confident I could use invisibility even more strategically this game. Okay, player right here. Here we go. And this time, when I attacked, the player went into a complete panic. Whoa, what are you being attacked by? It must be a hacker. This made me think this strategy was kind of OP, and actually getting a win felt possible. And my light netherite sword was definitely helping. Or 2 people fighting. But the next player managed to land an arrow on me, and I was now at a huge risk of death. He has a bow, but I have to kill him now. But I locked in and luckily didn't get hit. Another player then came in to steal some loot, not realizing I was there. What is going on? So I then got another player head, and I now had diamond boots as well as an enchantment table that I then used to upgrade my light netherite sword. Dude, my gear is just crazy. I also picked up an insane bow that someone got from fishing. Then I also now had all of the materials to make the ender bow, which was the legendary that I used to get my last win. Let's go. Okay, I can now teleport around. And after preparing a full set of enchanted armor, I was feeling good about this game. Sharpness 2 light netherite sword. Not bad at all. I then opened an Ares blessing and got a flame book, which I then put on the punch bow, and to make a really funny combination, I decided to tame a horse. Then after some exploring, I found a bot, which gave me another player head. Then finally, I tracked a player using a tracker pack. Oh my god, okay. This is literally the showdown of a lifetime. And it was time to completely freak out this player. Ooh, random horse, look. Tame me, tame me. I'm just a friendly horse. Oh my god. But I then realized he was equipped with the Guardian Cannon, and I was in a lot of danger. Then an even bigger threat came in with the Crimson Chainsword and one-tapped him. And this is where it all gets interesting. And not only was this player absurdly stacked and standing in the way of my win, but he had the Beehive Blaster, which fires bees that can track me, and he then hit me with an arrow and could see exactly where I was. Oh, I've been shot. But looking to drain the diamond player's health, I followed after him. Let me just like enderbow forward. Then made a huge mistake with my enderbow, which made me use up my G head and took away a lot of my healing. Oh, I did not realize the border was that close. That's just shredded my health. Then not long after, deathmatch began. And with all of my healing pretty much gone, this game wasn't going to be a win. That guy was just insane at tracking me, man. And if I was going to win while invis, I would have to take out the bigger threats by surprise before deathmatch. So I moved on to game 76, where I mined for full iron, then got the nether reactor core for nether warts. Final step, to get to a bit of a concealed location just to be safe, make myself a brewing stand. However, I was right next to the center of the map, and a player then appeared and took away half of my health. Oh, I don't have armor on. Oh my god. I did not realize that. Then 2 more players jumped into the cave, stealing my invis. Oh my god. 2 more people. And this was just such unfortunate timing. No way, dude. However, an invis rushing win was still possible with 4 games left. Here we go. However, in game 77, I'm gonna get a couple of kills, then go straight to the nether. No, he's just gonna freaking troll me. He's actually got me low. No, dude, I wanted to do stuff with this strategy. Okay, 3 games left. And although I may have died a few times off of spawn, this time going to Cornucopia paid off, as I got a Silk Touch book, and this game managed to mine a beehive, then make my very own beehive blaster before PvP. So I could now be the most annoying player in existence, throwing beehives onto people while invisible. And I also got a gold block from a ruined portal, and had tons of healing this game. And this had potential to be a win, until Ares Blessing. I need the dopamine. Dude, I shouldn't have done that. Then I ran into a new problem this game. I couldn't find carrots anywhere and searched basically the entire map. I found a desert village, but as you guys saw in the first games, they don't give nether wart. Wow, they actually don't have them here. And I eventually also found a jungle village, but these didn't have any carrots either. A diamond, saddle, pumpkin seeds, but no carrots. I did find an ender pearl in a chest here though, which let me make the ender bow again. And my last resort attempt at getting carrots was to kill zombies and hope for the 1% drop. But the most stacked player in the game then appeared out of nowhere with Excalibur. Oh my god, what on earth is going on? Why is he here? And although I just about escaped with the ender bow, I was full iron without any invis in deathmatch and was nowhere near stacked enough. No, he's invincible to my tridents. One more hit. And this game wasn't a win either. We almost got him. But in game 79, I successfully got invis before PvP. Let's go. Invisibility. And we're good to go. But the first player I encountered was a Masters Division in duels. And if I could take him out, the biggest threat would be out of the game. Dude, he knows where I am. But I forgot that I had blocks in my offhand, and he could see exactly where I was. Who is bowing me? Why me? No, 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 no. Dude, this is not as OP as I thought. So, all I had was 1 game left, and I did not want to let this be my worst performing strategy. But in game 80, I did find everything I needed to get invisibility potions before PvP. Then I got a perfect opportunity to backstab a player while they were low. That guy's brewing as well? Okay, so they literally are so locked in, they can't even see me. This was crazy. I was in the perfect position. And finally, it was time to strike. So I now had 2 golden heads and strength potions from the player who was brewing, which would be game changing as increased damage could be the difference in dropping a stacked player later on. Then as I'd heard some lightning nearby, I got in a boat and headed in that direction, and eventually I found the player. So I drank a strength potion and was not going to waste this opportunity. I love this. Ares Blessing. 5 diamonds, so I now have half diamond armor ready to go. This was the most geared I'd been in any of the invisibility games, and I then surprise attacked another player perfectly. What is happening? But my next fight was against someone in full diamond, and this would be a lot more difficult. And his perception skill was higher than the other players I'd encountered. Get ready, guys, we're gonna trap him. Then I got hit with an arrow, which instantly turned around this fight. That's not good for me. Fire sword? However, luckily, after some running, the arrows despawned, and I was ready for attempt number 2. He's so freaked out. He's on 16. But just like that, I was down to 12 hearts. No way. I have no water. And the stacked player then descended into the cave to kill me. If he jumps down though, he's on 12. I think I kill him here. But then another even more stacked player turned up with Excalibur and stopped me from getting any loot. No way, dude. He stole everything. I can't do anything about that. Except for the fire sword, which was honestly all I needed. Oh, I only have one invis pot left. I could have got all that loot. Then after the Excalibur player left, I went back and found a sharpness 3 book, which let me upgrade my sword to sharpness 4 fire 2. But I was now low and completely out of healing. However, I then saw an opportunity to get some. We got a guy over there with Poseidon's trident. Is he low by any chance? Oh, I can steal it. I can steal it. Okay, I got 8 gold. And I then made a golden apple, but my invisibility then ran out. And when the player spotted me again, he started chasing me, interrogating me about what I stole from him.
What'd you get from the Ares? Tell me what you got from the Ares before you bow me to death.
8 gold.
You got 8 gold, huh?
And I was now quite terrified, as with no more healing, this player could easily take me down. But finally, I got just enough space to use my invisibility. And this player was terrified.
You're joking, bro! Oh my god!
So it was now or never, 2 hits away from death. I decided I had to take this player down.
Oh no. Fire aspect! Oh yeah, that's right, you have fire aspect, bro. Get away!
I then chased after this player until he reached the border, and still wasn't sure if I'd be able to kill him, as he seemed very stacked with healing. But out of nowhere, a player with the Skulkweaver's lantern showed up and attacked with complete tunnel vision, giving me a perfect opportunity to position myself.
I'm scared! Ah! Leave me alone, let me kill this guy.
Then finally, it was time to strike.
Oh my god, how'd I miss? Leave me alone, bro! Whoa!
And I just about kept him in the cave.
No, I don't know why, I forgot.
It's over for you.
No!
It's over for you.
No!
Scream! And I actually managed to take him down, instantly picking up 5 golden apples. But the player with the Skulkweaver's lantern was still lurking. Oh my god. Wait, I'm fine. However, I took him down as well, but another player then turned up. Oh my god. I knew I had to keep fighting. There's no way I lose everything, dude. And eventually managed to take him down as well. There's no way. Then finally, I was safe. And although the border took away some of my loot, I picked up an absorption 3 potion and a speed potion, then realized I had 44 gold alongside these absurdly powerful legendaries. Then when I returned to the surface, a supply drop spawned. Oh my god, okay, this is actually really good, which instantly gave me the diamonds for leggings, as I got a diamond block. And 2 players then started fighting in front of me, so I trapped them with Skulkweaver's lantern.
And you stealing that kill, bro? Aye.
I'm so sorry. What is this game? Then finally, there were just 2 players remaining. However, this final enemy was top 10 in solo mode and was a 400 star. So even though I'd worked insanely hard for this win, it was far from over yet. And I started deathmatch by wasting my Skulkweaver's lantern. No way does he... Oh, that's really bad. Okay, I gotta absolutely rush him straight after this. Then he instantly activated his Excalibur while also having strength and started melting my health. And when I ate my suspicious stew to heal up, I got the darkness effect. Probably want to back out for a sec here. Quick charge 3 crossbow is ready. Pre-gap. Let's do this thing. I then went in for another exchange where I did pretty well. But he started eating heads and was still higher on health than me. Dude, he's just so strong with that Excalibur. But luckily, I could grapple hook out and heal back up, as I had a lot of golden apples. And when he finally caught up to me, even though he was higher on health, I managed to hugely out-melee him, until he was extremely low. Come on, I got this guy. Oh my god, let's go! I actually won it in this game! GG. Oh my god. It had actually been done. My stats from invisibility rushing were recovered, and I then opened my mystery crate. Please, something good. And got a new hat, but it was lower rarity than my other ones, so I decided to swap back to the monster mouth for next strategy, as I felt like it had a good luck charm. And luck was the most important thing with this next strategy, as I would now be crafting a custom villager called Tim the Enchanter, who can give you any item and he'll enchant it at level 30, meaning pickaxes can get fortune, swords can get sharpness 4 fire aspect, tridents can get riptide or loyalty, but you can also get really bad enchants as well. So for 6 games, I was going to give him a sword, then I'd give him a trident for the final 4. So we'd see how this went in game 81. Peter Griffin next to me, where I started by getting a kill off of spawn. Oh my god. Dude. Then I ended up taking a huge risk. Next, I started gathering all of the ingredients for Tim, finding the books for bookshelves, and I also found glowberries in a cave. And eventually, I found a mine shaft and got the diamonds for Tim. Oh my god, no way. However, right now, I would have to level 30 enchant an iron sword, which would kind of be a waste. So I continued searching for diamonds. But after collecting cobwebs and exploring the entire mine shaft, I couldn't find any. And instead, I spotted a name tag. Okay, there's a guy in this cave. And this player did have a diamond sword, so if I took him down, I would have everything I needed for a level 30 sword. Oh, what the heck. I only had an iron sword, so I wasn't dealing much damage, but I managed to block up, then eat my stew that heals 8 hearts, then got him in a cobweb and took him down. Well, that worked out. So next, I returned to the surface and made 2 Ares blessings, as they'd been serving me pretty well, and got some very good loot. We have speed and 24 gold. And finally, after getting to a safe location, all I had to do to get Tim was craft obsidian and make an enchantment table, but I couldn't find lava anywhere, so I decided to get some from the nether. However, as soon as I got through, I got jump scared by a player with an absurdly OP weapon. Why is there a guy with Excalibur? I don't even have any lava to get him, and I thought that I could clutch and escape, but he had an insta-breaking pickaxe. Dude, what am I to do against this? It's literally like someone's planted an assassin. Okay, that was insanely unlucky, but next game, I was going to get Tim and have an insanely good game. However, in game 82, this happened. Okay, game 83. This game, I managed to get a kill off of spawn. Oh, I got him. Let's go. And I had a pretty interesting idea when I looted a ton of gunpowder, then found an amethyst geode while caving. So I now had an opportunity to craft an explosive pickaxe, while also still getting Tim. And as you can probably guess, the explosive pickaxe is absolutely insane for mining diamonds. But I then saw a player in my cave. Oh, he's down there. I'm just gonna go for it. So with just a clean iron sword, I then took a huge risk. He has exactly my armor. Oh, what? I thought he wasn't gonna have water. Got him, let's go. And finally, I had everything I needed to level 30 enchant. So I then crafted my enchantment table first and gave my armor protection. Okay, then made the explosive pickaxe and Tim the Enchanter. It's time. Unfortunately, I couldn't give my pickaxe to Tim. What? Oh, it got removed after my video. No way, dude. However, after just a few seconds of mining, I instantly found diamonds and now had enough to craft a sword, which had potential to pay off hugely. Here we go. Don't maybe use the fish flop kill effect on you. Oh my god. And I got insanely lucky with sharpness 4. That's actually really, really good. Then I got to mining with my explosive pickaxe again and started finding a ton of gold, but I didn't get any diamonds somehow. So all I could do now was go to the surface. And after outsmarting a bot in a fight, I then encountered a half diamond player and eventually took him down. Got him. But a Masters Division duels player with Poseidon's trident was lurking. However, I managed to pick up the legendary Beehive Blaster, and with this armor upgrade and sharpness 4, I was feeling pretty confident. Got one. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually just like playing out too perfectly. Then, after chasing the Poseidon's Trident player for a while, I took him down. Yes, dude, let's go. I also then killed another bot, gaining a player head. Then I found a player taming a horse. I'm sorry, dude, but we're gonna sting your horse. I'm so sorry. Who I also dropped insanely quickly. And this game looked like it had win potential, but in deathmatch, I went up against an absurdly stacked player who had double my golden apples. Oh my god, he has Crimson Chainsword as well. Okay, this is not going to be an easy win. Dude, the knockback actually like throws off people's aims so hard. And I was destroying him, but he continued to out-heal me. Oh my god, he has a notch apple. And I knew that if I didn't quick drop him, it would all be over. Dude, what did this guy do all game? Like mine gold or something? Oh man. So this wouldn't be the game where I got my first Tim the Enchanter win, but it didn't matter because in game 84, I killed 3 players off of spawn, then finally had a chance to get Gerald the Sniffer again, which I had been waiting for so long. All I needed was mossy cobblestone, which I quickly collected, then 1 more diamond, and as soon as I started caving, I found them, and finally it was time. Gerald, do not walk in the lava. Okay. Let's go. Beehive Blaster, I will definitely take. And just a few minutes in, I had a legendary Beehive Blaster. And after some grinding, I got everything I needed for Tim again. And now, finally... No, Tim. Chill out. It's time to spin around. I believe in you. You can do this. And I got Sharpness 4 again, which was so absurdly lucky. So this game had potential, but this happened. Oh, he's trapping. He's trapping. He's trapping. Dude. Okay, genuinely, how was I meant to avoid that? Then, in game 85, I got into a fight off of spawn, and this happened. What the f- Dude! In game 86, I gave Tim my sword for the final time, and for the final 4 games, I'd be level 30 enchanting a trident, but this time, my luck did not work out. Knockback 2, Bane of Arthropods 4. And these sword enchants just gave the enemy player tons of time to heal up, so my luck with this strategy wasn't really playing out. However, in game 87, I got 4 kills off of spawn, leaving me in a very good position with 5 player heads. And I was going to do everything possible to make this a win. So, after collecting all of my sugarcane and leather for books, I went caving and made 3 Ares blessings, but the game didn't want me to win. Please let me get lucky. Oh my god. Okay. Dead bush, nothing, and a fish. That might be the worst Ares blessings that I've ever got. And I managed to kill a player in my cave. And now, all I needed to craft a trident and level 30 enchant it was 1 more diamond, which I luckily found. So I then made my enchantment table, put protection on my armor, then ready to craft Tim, I entered the nether, ready to craft the trident. There we go. And finally, it was time. Alright, Tim. Here is your trident. It's time to come in clutch. And I got loyalty 3, which I then tested out in my next fight. Player over here with, I think, an enchanted diamond sword. But this player had his own much more powerful legendary weapon. Oh, ho, ho, that is a scary weapon. Hit him again, 28. But I was successfully draining his health, and I then decided to melee him as I knew I could win, and did not want to let him use the Guardian Cannon. Give me that Guardian Cannon. I'm using all my player heads on this guy. He's on 8s. Got him, let's go. So I was now equipped with a legendary weapon. However, I'd spent a long time getting this loyalty trident, and there were only 7 players left, while I only had iron armor, meaning I would likely be hugely outgeared in my next fight. Ooh, what the heck? Oh my... This is like the most stacked guy that's ever existed in history. Then this happened. No way. Dude, what on earth am I fighting right now? And I just had to get stacked quicker if I wanted to stand a chance at winning. Dude, I am just too slow every single game. But in game 88, I was in a really good position off of spawn again, as I got 4 kills. My kill stats with this strategy were now very high. Then after collecting everything for books, I went caving and tried my luck with Ares blessings again. And this time, I actually got decently lucky, especially since I now didn't have to mine any iron. But I still needed diamonds if I wanted to get my trident and hopefully roll Riptide from Tim. So I continued exploring this cave, and eventually heard Skulk Shriekers being set off. So I then dug towards them and discovered an ancient city, which gave this game huge potential. Wait, somebody just summoned a warden over there. But I then saw that a player crafted the Skulk Weaver's lantern, which is what I was hoping to make. Then after checking the ancient city for ores and not finding any, I decided to go to the surface just in case I could find the Skulk Weaver player and take it for myself, or kill for the diamonds so I could make Tim. Okay. Smelly Boy 5, definitely trapping. However, it felt like I was being lured into a trap, but needing diamonds, I decided to go down. And by playing cautiously, I had already taken away half of his health, and luckily, I dropped into a 1x1 with him. Okay, I got him. Oh my god. I thought that was going to be like a backup trap, but I still didn't have the ingredients for Tim, and my sword was still unenchanted, so when I entered my next fight, I was extremely undergeared. Okay, this did not get off to a good start. But this player then freaked me out with a pressure plate, making me think I was going to get trapped. Dude, what is that? But after calming down, I locked in and took him down. Oh my god, okay. But the next player I encountered had a Riptide Trident, a strong sword, and a totem, and running from his Riptide was impossible. But this did show me that if I got lucky from Tim, I could definitely win a game. And hopefully game 89 was the one. And this time I was off to an amazing start as I found bookshelves in a mesa village, as well as all of the 4 diamonds that I needed. Then after entering a lush cave and collecting the glowberry I needed, I was able to rush a level 30 trident before PvP even begun. Prepare yourselves. However, I got loyalty 3, but when I got into my first fight, this came in very handy, as it was a perfect counter to a player trying to escape into the water. No way he pulled that off. Come on. Give me that loot. Holy dude, he did the crazy trapping thing. And I then got to trident a player who had no armor, which was pretty satisfying. Let's go. But I then almost died to a player who was trying to dodge my tridents. This is the worst terrain ever. Dude, I am actually so low. I don't really want to melee him. Oh no, I'm being sandwiched by 2 people. Dude, one's chasing me with player heads and the other one has harpoon launcher. And I then lost even more healing in another fight. Dude, and I missed some vital trident hits, which sealed my fate. Like what? The trident just went through him a million times. So it was game 90 and I was locked in. And luckily I found a mineshaft which gave me the glowberries I needed. Then I also found 2 diamonds, but still needed 1 to make my level 30 trident. So I decided that right as PvP enabled, I was going to try and get it from a kill. Okay, just gotta keep the distance close. What the heck? He's got tons of crossbow stuff. But this player somehow outdamaged me with perfectly timed axe crits. Dude! How do I have 10 games without a win? So, Tim ended without very good stats. I'm not gonna lie, those weren't my best games. But I was going to try hard for these final 10 games. And this strategy actually fit my playstyle really well, as I would be rushing the explosive pickaxe, which required caving until I found an amethyst geode. But these are absurdly rare, and there was a chance that I made it all the way till deathmatch without finding one. However, when I was a #1 leaderboard player for UHC, my best strategy was actually quite similar to this, requiring a ton of caving and gathering materials. So these games definitely could go well. So I entered game 91, ready to do everything I could to get the explosive pickaxe. And I instantly found all of the diamonds I needed, meaning now I had enough for the diamond pickaxe in the recipe. Then, increasing my hopes of winning, I found a protection 4 book, which would make my armor insanely strong later, if I could use this explosive pickaxe to uncover a ton of diamonds. Then I started caving and found a creeper, which got me very close to having enough gunpowder. I'm on 4 gunpowder total. And after some more caving, I then found 2 more diamonds, and realized this was enough to make an ender bow, which would be insanely good, as being able to teleport around caves might be the difference that let me find an amethyst geode, as I'd only seen a few in these 90 games so far. So after getting blaze powder, I crafted a clock and now had the ender bow. Oh, I thought somebody crafted it the second before me. Not bad, not bad. However, just as I was about to go back to the overworld, a player appeared and charged towards me with a much stronger sword than mine. Oh boy. No way does he get that twice in a row. And I was taking a ton of lava damage, so it looked like this game was going to be a failure. I'm literally dead. He's on 19. But I then blocked up and managed to escape with my ender bow, then returned to the overworld with a different portal. And luckily I found some gold and crafted a light apple, so I was back to an okay amount of health. There is a guy getting a million kills with Excalibur. That is the only slight problem. Then I found 2 creepers and finally had my TNT. Let's go. But I still hadn't found an amethyst geode, and slowly the player count was dropping. And right now I had basically nothing apart from a slight bit of gold, so my hope of being able to win wasn't very high. I then dug into a new cave, which looked like it had potential, and I did find a 1 vein of diamonds. Then after searching the rest, there was another 1 vein. And as I teleported back to the surface to find a new cave, the timer moved to 5 minutes away from deathmatch, and it looked like it was all over. However, I then dug down and discovered something. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. No way. No way. Oh my god. Okay, this was insane. However, I had almost no time, but I picked up the amethyst shards and crafted it as quickly as I could. Explosive pickaxe. Let's do this thing. 4 minutes until DM. Then immediately started mining and found a vein of gold. 6 gold already. Okay. Oh, I found diamonds. I found diamonds. Okay, I'll take that. And after mining slightly inefficiently, I ended up with 11 diamonds and had 29 gold in total. Dude. And now I had to gear up for deathmatch as fast as I could. However, there was one problem. I was on 3 hearts and had no apples to make golden apples with. So I then had to race to the surface, and luckily my ender bow let me get there just in time. And after getting some apples, I spent the last seconds before deathmatch crafting as many as I possibly could to prepare. Well, I have some stuff. I have some stuff. Okay. Then, as soon as deathmatch started, I enchanted my gear, and I then waited strategically, hoping to sweep a kill or clean up a stacked player. But when I took my chance and did get a chestplate, the player with the chainsword melted my health. Okay. I think that guy was just too stacked. But being able to make it to deathmatch consistently with this strategy definitely made it interesting. And I then joined Game 92, where I was hopefully gonna get the explosive pickaxe way faster and not be on 3 hearts entering deathmatch. And this game started well, with me getting the gunpowder for TNT straight away. Let's go, dude. And since the strategy basically guarantees that I make it to deathmatch, I had hope that I could clutch a few wins, but this game, PvP enabled without me being able to find an amethyst geode again. Then a player appeared in my cave, planning to hunt me down. Oh boy. There's a guy, but I took him down and did now have a golden head. Let's go. That's what happens if you get in the way of my amethyst geode. However, after continuing caving for a very long time was running out with the deathmatch timer about to shorten. But I then found an amethyst geode in the last second while the border was about to block it off, and I got the amethyst shards. No way on earth did that just happen. Explosive pickaxe. Okay, so with practice from last game, I then quickly got my enchantment table ready for upgrading my gear and started mining. I'm gonna use this a little bit more efficiently than last game because I was kind of wasting it. Oh, I found diamonds already. Let's go. But somehow I'd only gotten 9 diamonds and 17 gold. So I kind of have the same gear as last game a little bit, but I can go for a sharpness 2 sword if I get lucky with my enchants. But I had to do everything I could with what I had, as being on higher health in this deathmatch meant there was some potential, but no. Oh my god, I just took away my chest plate. Why? Why on earth did it just do that? Okay, it's fine. I can do this real quick. However, I pulled off a plate to make a new chest plate, even though it was unenchanted, and immediately ran to a side chest to loot a golden apple, as I did not want to draw attention from the most stacked player. But somehow they appeared right next to me and took away so much of my health in 2 hits. Why is the most stacked person in Minecraft history on me? I'm just G-heading to demoralize him. However, I got unlucky this deathmatch as well, and didn't get any opportunities to loot, sweep, or backstab. Dude. But Game 93 was going pretty well in terms of getting an explosive pick, as I mined 12 diamonds as well as an absurd amount of gold while caving, bringing me to 3 gapples with 29 left over. Then while searching for a new cave to find the amethyst, I managed to get a kill and obtain 3 player heads that then turned into 32 more gold. However, this game I ended up 3 minutes from deathmatch without any amethyst, so I wouldn't even be able to get an explosive pick. But with my diamond and gold luck being so absurd, I still had a chance to get a win and increase my explosive pick stats, as having 9 golden apples and 2 G heads was definitely good. I'm gonna do everything I can to win. And I was about to take down a player with the Crimson Chainsword, but he escaped and I was losing a lot of health. What is wrong with you? If I can get him and get his legendaries, then I'm in the best position ever. And I then took my chance against the most stacked player, stealing a head and diamond boots, but I could barely deal damage to him. But I was going to find a way. After playing over 90 Battle Royale games, I was very warmed up, and I then had an insane opportunity. He's on 8, but the other guy's going for me. I'd now taken away a ton of this player's healing, but his armor was so insane, and I had no idea if I could take this player down. But I now had the loot pile to myself and gained a beehive blaster. That's pretty good. But the enemy player then increased his gear by taking down the other remaining players. So it came down to a 1v1, and my only chance at winning would be to hugely out-melee him. I just gotta do the bucket train thing again. No way, dude. His sword just hurts so much. However, in a head-to-head fight, it just didn't seem like winning was possible. So I pulled off the insane cobweb play again and knew this was my only opportunity. No way. He's on 6. Poisoned him. Oh my god! Yes, dude! And after trying so hard for a win, I finally got one, even with my explosive pickaxe rush failing. Okay, we're on track for the highest win rate. I'm doing everything I can to end this on the highest win rate possible. And finally, it was time to unlock a new cosmetic. Okay, here we go. Whoa, this guy just opened an aquatic crate. I'm gonna do it. Please, something good, something good, something good. No. Octopus. Dude. I don't want that on my head. I then entered game 94, but this happened. No way did that just happen. Game 95, however, was where my luck turned around, as after crafting a wooden axe off of spawn, I knocked a player into a cave who had a music disc. Okay, 1 guy down. I can go for Gerald the Sniffer this game. No way, dude. Then while searching for a cave, I found a ruined portal that gave me 2 entire gold blocks. Then, hoping I could somehow get Gerald the Sniffer, I started caving and found the perfect vein of diamonds. Then, Gerald the Sniffer, let's go. Okay, I am very happy with this. So my Gerald rush was successful, meaning I now had a legendary weapon before PvP. Oh my god, a vocal wand. I will definitely take that. Then I decided to make an Ares blessing and got one of the best things you can physically get. Fire Aspect 1. Okay, dude. So with a fire aspect sword, there was definitely potential this game. Then, making this game even more insane, I found an amethyst geode just as PvP enabled. So this game, I found amethyst before I found gunpowder. Now I don't even know what to do. So yeah, this was genuinely the perfect game. However, the supervillain of Hoplite was in here, Ola Pisola, and he had already gotten his hands on the Crimson Chainsword, the strongest sword in the game. So I would need to get very stacked with armor and healing to stand a chance. And I still had to get TNT to make the explosive pickaxe and properly get stacked. So I then returned to the surface, hoping to find a new cave with some creepers inside, but instead, I surfaced in the middle of a swamp that absurdly stacked players were fighting in. And I managed to get more diamonds and gunpowder from a random loot pile. What? Oh my god, I have 13 gunpowder just like that, which meant that I could now go and mine with the explosive pickaxe now. But I was feeling confident with my evoker wand and went for some kills. But I then realized that having the evoker wand put a target on my head, and not wanting to die with all of this gear, I backed out. But after hugely upgrading my armor with a diamond chestplate and iron boots, then making my fire aspect sword, I went back in and took down the last remaining player. Got him! Oh my god. But if you guys couldn't tell by the high level players and Ola Pisola being in this game, I was playing at the most competitive time possible, and the difficulty of this game would be very hard with a ton of high stars. However, with this fire sword, I wasn't intimidated, and I took another high star player down. There we go. I then realized that he had all of the ingredients to craft the Skulk Weaver's lantern. Skulk Sensor. Guys, it's been done. So I was now equipped with another legendary. Then finally, I made my explosive pickaxe and wanted to quickly get more golden XP, then return to fighting. Ooh, we got some gold. Let's go. And I managed to mine a ton of diamonds, even though I didn't really have anything I could do with them. Dude, of course this is the game where I get absurd diamond luck. But guess who I have to face in deathmatch this game? It's genuinely not even over yet. And my healing was now all the way at 2 golden heads and 7 golden apples. So I then entered deathmatch and had just realized Ola Pisola was here. Genuinely my hardest opponent I'd faced throughout the entire challenge. And our duel of the ages then began. Okay, Wardens, you better help me out here. He's on 7. You know what? Let's just go all in. But at the worst possible time, an iron player started hitting me away from him. But I used this player's chaoticness to my advantage, and he switched his focus. But Ola Pisola was absurdly stacked, and I'd completely forgotten that the Crimson Chainsword gives you strength 2 when your enemy is below 5 hearts. And I was playing low on health, and what I hadn't realized is the iron player I was about to try and drop had eaten a notch apple. Okay, I'm out of G-heads now, and his sharpness 5 emerald sword dealt an insane amount of damage to me. Then I got caught at the worst possible time by the chainsword, and another unpredictable iron player then sealed my fate, pushing me back into him. There's just no way, dude! And dude, I was so close. But it was fine, I still had more chances to win. And in game 96, I got to use my enderbow strats again, so it was almost guaranteed that I could find an amethyst geode. However, when returning to the surface, this happened. I'm teleporting again. Oh, dude. I should have had way more wins than this, but I still had lots of opportunities left. However, in game 97, I saw a ton of 300 stars in chat, and I knew this wasn't going to be easy. However, this game blessed me with luck, because I found an amethyst geode before PvP, and also got 3 gunpowder from the first creeper I found. From 1 kill, I have a piece of TNT, let's go. So at PvP, I now had an explosive pickaxe, and straight away started mining to find as many diamonds and gold veins as possible. Oh, we just found a cave. Oh, I found more diamonds, let's go. Finally, I'd gotten the luck I was waiting for. 29 diamonds and 38 gold. So I then made full diamond armor, and finally, the potential of the explosive pickaxe strategy had been shown. Hopefully, all my other games would be like this. But for now, I was going to make the most out of it and finally secure a win. So ready to do a ton of enchanting with my 17 levels, I headed up to the surface and just needed a book for the enchantment table. But I then heard lightning above me, and when I surfaced, I eventually spotted the player. Oh, there he is. But he started running and bowling me. This guy's strategy is inferior. This is the best strategy in the game. And in the distance, I noticed the player wielding the cloud sword. So I then switched my focus and got an opportunity to surprise attack him. No, I should have cobwebbed him. Forgot I have webs. But he escaped and started running on clouds to escape into the trees. But I had an idea to get to him. Okay, he's kind of tripping up there. Got him! Oh my god. However, another player immediately appeared while I was still on half health. So after quickly picking up the cloud sword, I went full aggro to try and drop him with healing. Got him as well. But out of nowhere, a player with the Guardian Cannon appeared, shredding my health. What on earth is that? And he then fired a beehive at me. Dude, he just stole like everything. I think I might need to just like escape up into a tree or something. He'd managed to steal 3 player heads from me, and I'd only lost healing from those fights. And while I was trying to run, he then caught me with the Guardian Cannon. And this was just crazy. I had no idea how I was outgeared after all of this luck with the explosive pickaxe. I think it's just the plan is to escape, man. Dude, he just turned up at the perfect time. But I decided to back out and gear up by enchanting before deathmatch. However, after all of this, my healing was so low that it would take a lot to turn this game around. But as I got back to the surface, I found a new player who I thought I could quick drop for some healing. I think I can get him. What is that? And if I could get my hands on that OP bow, it could secure the win. And I then got stuck in the clouds, letting him get 3 bow shots. And I was running out of healing. Dude, I'm quite good at bow strafing, so I don't know if this guy can do anything against me. I was confident I could dodge his arrows, and finally I was starting to catch up. And I got him to 1 heart. Die! This is actual like torture. But in the final seconds, his wolf hit me backwards and he escaped into the water. But I just got barraged with arrows and thrown into a cave. Multiple times, I was 1 hit away from killing that guy. But I then had a high IQ idea, and there was no way I was letting this guy escape. Watch this, guys. Oh my god, this guy. But right as I was about to make a troll gravestone, at the worst possible time, the other player appeared. Why does this guy appear out of nowhere? And although the cloud sword let me juke him and escape, with no healing left, there was nothing I could do in deathmatch. He is the luckiest Minecraft player in existence. But dude, in any one of these games, I could get a win. And this was just unlucky. All I needed was another explosive pick and I was set. However, game 98 was insane. As although I couldn't find an amethyst while caving, defying the odds of my bad luck, I survived a fight where I was heavily outmatched with the Poseidon's Trident on the surface. That was an absurd kill. And dropped this guy for 1,000,000 player heads and tons of golden apples. Then I used the Poseidon's Trident to kill a player who tried sweeping the loot. Okay. Then I made Ares' Blessing 3 times and got more golden apples and a protection 2 book that I then put on some diamond leggings. However, after wasting a lot of time going for the explosive pickaxe, I wasn't in a winning position. And when I entered deathmatch, I realized I was up against one of the top 10 solo leaderboard players who also had the Crimson Chainsword. Then instantly he went straight for me. I do not want to fight him. Oh dude, that was not in the correct slot. But luckily the Poseidon's Trident kept me alive, otherwise I would have been dead. However, another stacked full diamond player came in who was on the weekly leaderboards, but I didn't care. With 10 gapples, it wasn't over yet. And just about surviving, the 2 most stacked players then started fighting. And while they fought, I managed to hide until eventually I decided to attack Wi-Fi and potentially take him down. But he ate another G-head and I had to escape. And now completely out of healing, it looked like I was running out of options. All my healing has just been shredded away by that Crimson Chainsword. But I knew I had to do everything I could to end this challenge well. I dealt just enough damage to Wi-Fi for the full diamond player to come in and finish him, and I decided to deal some damage with my trident, keeping him low for when I inevitably fought him, and Wi-Fi then pearled on top of mid and died. So it was now a final duel between me and a player with armor that was twice as strong as mine, but I picked up a chest plate, then landed 2 perfect trident throws, and just as it looked like it was all about to be over, I went crazy in melee, and if I could just land 1 more trident throw before he healed up, the win would be mine. Oh my god! Oh my god, I actually won that. And finally, game 98 was a win. And there was still potential to have really good stats with this strategy. Leaderboard number 10, 596 star. Lifetime wins number 4, 680. Let's do this thing. Here we go. And I then opened my mystery crate. What's the crate that always gives me bad luck? Okay. You think this is a bad play, but it's actually a good play. That's pretty cool. And after unlocking a new legendary kill effect, I now hoped I could get another one in game 99. And luckily, this game, it looked like I could get the explosive pickaxe fast again, as after making an Ares blessing and getting a diamond block, giving me enough for the pickaxe, and collecting some gunpowder from a creeper, I encountered a player who died with amethyst. What? But he only had the amethyst blocks and no shards. However, this meant there had to be a geode nearby, so I started searching, but after 10 minutes and checking everywhere, I couldn't find anything. And this is because he randomly dug down from the surface into it, so it was completely concealed. I'm just gonna surface pearl, find a new area of the map, and hope for the best. And it was looking like this game, I'd be in a weak position going into deathmatch again. But with just 10 players remaining, I spotted something. Oh my god. Let's go. This one was fully hidden as well. Okay, and this time I actually have a lot of time left. Okay. Explosive pickaxe acquired. Let's do this thing. And I then started mining, hoping I could get good luck. Immediately I get diamonds. Let's go. And I ended up with 11 diamonds and 35 gold, which was pretty decent, but not insanely crazy. And deathmatch would now be beginning in just a few minutes as the timer then shortened. Man, if only I was just like a minute faster with finding that amethyst. Oh my god, no way are there more diamonds, but I can't even get to them. No, I heard it break. And after deathmatch begun, I managed to sweep a fire aspect sword, but I had 32 gold and no apples. And although I also found a war pick and took down someone very stacked, I got backstabbed without healing, and so far, it was looking like I might end the explosive pickaxe games with just 2 wins. But in game 100, with my final chance to get a win, there was huge potential as I got an amethyst geode 2 minutes into the game. Oh my god, I found it. No way, dude. That is absurd. I'm gonna make this count. I did still need gunpowder and diamonds for the pickaxe though, but this cave looked very promising. And after not much exploring, I found 2 diamond veins, bringing me to 5 in total. I also made 3 Ares blessings. Let's see what we got. Turtle helmet. 16 gold. Okay, I will definitely take the gold. And then I also found a mob spawner, but it didn't have any gunpowder inside. However, I then got a huge opportunity to get gunpowder as I then entered the nether, planning to use it to return to the surface and find a new cave. Okay, here we go. But instead, I saw 2 name tags in the wall. And as I saw one player's loot float up from the lava, I instantly took my chance to strike while the remaining player was distracted. And without taking a single hit, I claimed all of this loot for myself, which included a notch apple and an ender pearl. So this game, not only was I on track to get the explosive pickaxe, but I could craft Excalibur. No way, dude. Let's go. But as I'd learned from my past games, my win wasn't guaranteed yet. However, I then got even luckier, as when I got to the surface, I noticed something. Oh my god. Whoever was coming up, I think, suffocated to death. Oh my god, how much gold is this? I'm on 44 gold, and there's a harpoon. What is going on? So I had just been delivered a harpoon launcher and was up to 44 gold and 11 diamonds. So now my plan was to kill for gunpowder and make an explosive pick. And I also still needed books to enchant, but on theme with this game, they just magically appeared on the ground again. Why are there just books in the cave? What? So I now had 3 books. Enchant table. Let's go. Which let me make protection 1 diamond boots and a sharpness Excalibur that I could make sharpness 2 when I got an anvil. Then I traveled to the cornucopia and came across a player with a flame bow and went straight for the kill, catching up to him in the swamp. Got him. Okay, perfect. And finally could upgrade my Excalibur to sharpness 2, but I still didn't have gunpowder. So I then went for another kill, except this player was potentially even more stacked than me. But with my healing, I knew there was potential to take him down. Oh, this guy is like one of the big threats in the game. But just as I was about to claim full diamond, a random iron guy got in my way. You're going for me? And wasting tons of healing, I'd now been hugely weakened. Dude, that guy just threw so hard. But I then found another player who could potentially have the gunpowder I needed, and I realized how powerful my weapons were. Let's go, that was clean. Still on 3 gunpowder though. I was then hoping I could get gunpowder from my next kill, but I still didn't get any. However, I could now use my gold to make healing and got all the way to 11 gapples. So there was potential I could beat the fire aspect full diamond guy, especially if I got the explosive pick and mined full diamond myself. I then went up against a player with Poseidon's trident who almost drained my water, but luckily I built over his cobweb and took him down. Got him, let's go. Then when another player came in, I chased him down and didn't let him steal the Poseidon's trident, landing a perfect bow shot. Got him, oh my god, okay. Gunpowder, please, please, please. I actually got the gunpowder. Who the heck is that? What? Thanks for that, bot. Luckily, I survived the bot, but I knew I still had gearing up to do if I wanted to win. And I had to do everything I could for this final game, as 3 wins with the explosive pickaxe strategy would be insane. And I now had the perfect opportunity to gear up by using the explosive pickaxe for extra healing. And when the full diamond player started approaching, I backed out, made the explosive pick, and headed straight to diamond level. Okay, you know what? That's good enough for me. And after some mining, I now had enough for full diamond armor. So with just 2 minutes to go until deathmatch, I decided to play safe and enchant early, as if I could win this game, it would be the perfect ending to the 100 drops after so much bad luck earlier. Sharpness, there we go. Sharpness 3 Excalibur. Protection 2 leggings. Let's go! Okay, so now with 10 golden apples, I was ready for deathmatch. And as I entered, I knew there was a very intense fight ahead of me. And after rushing straight for a chest, I successfully got the mid chests, placed this down, but my 9 gold then got stolen and I was caught off guard. There's no way. However, my Excalibur could instantly turn the tables, and I now had the upper hand in this fight as my sword was so powerful. And completely locked in, I then continued chasing him down. Let's go, dude. I want this win so bad. I've been mining my heart out. I then pulled him back into the corner and activated my Excalibur at the perfect time. But his armor had even higher level enchants than mine, and I still couldn't take him down. However, he was very low. Dude, that fire sword is actually OP, but I'm a little bit more OP. And I finally got the kill. Let's go, dude! And when an iron player tried sweeping the loot, I was ready to claim another kill and end the game with the best stats possible. I'm so sorry, brand new Hoplite player. But sometimes you steal the wrong people's diamond armor. I then realized I had the materials to craft the Reaper Scythe, which steals potion effects. And with a full diamond player remaining, there was a difficult fight ahead of me. But you guys will never guess what the last full diamond player decided to eat. Don't mind if I do. Dude, I just stole a Notch apple from this guy. I'm actually just like an unkillable tank now. I then got another kill, and realizing the stolen potion effects that I had, the diamond player then took off his armor. Got 2, and it was now down to a final fight. And finally, it was time to end game 100 on a win. GG, dude. G frickin' G. So finally, I reopened the challenge GUI and could unban my main account. And with 17 out of 100 wins on the hardest game mode in all of Minecraft, I was pretty happy with my stats. And lastly, to celebrate game 100, I opened my final mystery crate. Come on. Come on, come on. Thank you guys a ton for making it to the end, and I hope you did enjoy. Look forward to more content coming soon, and don't forget to check out the other Hoplite videos on screen, and I'll see you all later. Peace.